Welcome to the Cactus Podcast, episode 4, baby. Holy shit. Episode 4, we made it. Past the scourge of episode 3. How do we do it? How do we do it every week? This is also big celebration stream. Oh my God. Podcast. I still call it a stream. Amazing. The big celebratory podcast, not a stream. Because,
that's right, got it.
because this week is the first podcast we've ever done back to back, 2 weeks in a row. Episode 4.
Is that true?
It is. Episode 1, and then we had a big break. Episode 2,
Progress.
and then another break, and then episode 3, and now 4 back to back. So I got here on time. I've been waiting, so we're tightening this shit up, tightening up a little bit. But of course, I'm MattyAP. Joining me as per usual, you got your boy C Joels.
Howdy.
Woo! G'day. And also Man in the Box, aka Ando, aka Batman 69.
Oh yeah, mic check. How do we sound?
Yeah, how do we sound? Okay, C Joels sounds good, nice and clear. Ando, can we have a quick listen to this
No,
mic
fuck yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Ando, can you speak up a little bit?
Ando, can you speak a bit? Can you just open the? Oh, he left. Oh, okay, good meme. Thank fuck. I was nervous. We can't do it without you, apparently. But here we are, episode 4. Very exciting times.
Our volume's good, dude. I listened to the last podcast and I was like quiet as a mouse.
No. I know. I don't know how I didn't pick up on that. Apologies to anyone. I was like, "Where the fuck's C Joels? Why didn't he turn up?" This. Oh, there he is. About halfway through. But yeah, I did turn your
podcast for ants. Like I can't. Do it.
But that's the thing. It's hard for me to know. Sometimes how loud I am compared to both of you guys. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not the most professional podcast setup because I'm streaming podcasting through it. I swear to God, if I say streaming, bro, I literally correct myself and then went straight back to
we should play a game. You have to take a shot every time you say the word.
Take a shot of warm lemonade every time I say stream instead of podcast. That is a fun one. Warm lemonade. Go down to your local IGA. Get ready. This one's going to be a hot one. But welcome in, everyone. Great to have you here. Thank you for staying with us. Not only after this scuffed intro, but also after 3 scuffed podcasts. We're getting better, I reckon. We're getting better. Yeah. Did you boys listen to episode 3 by any chance?
Well, yeah.
Good question. I mean, I was here, so.
Oh, so you didn't listen to it?
I think Andy's trying to say he listened to it happen. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I listened to it happen.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay, that's bad. I did too. I didn't listen back to it. Fuck that.
I listened to like 3/4 of it. I think I got all the way through. I
listened to bits and pieces. Yeah, I kind of skim round. I skim round, just make sure it sounds good, make sure I didn't miss anything. I mean, we listened to all of it.
Actually, I noticed. I was expecting some intermission music. You know when you went to take your pee break?
No, well, we can't get the rights for that. And we're going to be talking about that actually on today's podcast. A little bit about music rights. Obviously, we've got a new...
you got a little bit of news to share, do you?
Well, we've got a little bit of news. Hopefully that's not taking any of your news. I do have backup news in case. But we have a new segment. We don't have names for segments yet. But we've got a new news section segment.
What's it called?
It's just called news, I guess.
How about
it's called news?
New.
Oh, I like that. Oh, nailed it. What's news? Oh, bro, that's great. That is actually really good. Did you just come up with that just then?
Yeah, legit.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't think it was impressive, but
no,
that's right.
No, that's actually what's news. All right, new segment called What's News. Where we will each bring one piece of news from the week and discuss it. So that's very exciting. I've got my piece of news. Do you guys have yours? You probably know what mine's about.
I have a little bit of news.
Have a little bit of news. Ando apparently does too. And apparently we did discuss it a little bit yesterday off the podcast. I don't even he's like, we talked about it yesterday. I don't actually remember what we talked about. So all I remember is getting pinned up against the wall and just beaten over and over again.
I never said we spoke via voice.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just said we spoke about it.
Oh, shit. The plot thickens. Okay. All right. Well, very exciting. So we've got that. We've got what you've been playing. And another Cactus Cult podcast first for tonight. We have viewer questions, submitted viewer questions to answer.
I'm excited for this.
Bro, I'm fucking so hyped. I'm actually... Bro, we're gonna have to skim through a couple of shitey ones though, because look, I have to admit, you guys, you know, bless you. You definitely there's a couple of good ones there, but God, I mean, the first one we got was is pee stored in the balls? I mean, obviously yes. Like, you don't need us to tell you that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But there are some.
Wait, where was that asked? Where are we starting from? Because there's a lot of questions.
Actually, the very first one is, why do you like hair so much?
Why do I like hair so much? I don't know where people get this perception that I like hair, just because I got so much of it. But yeah, we can get to the questions a little bit later. Please don't tune out after hearing those two potential questions. They get there. I swear to God. They're gonna be like, yeah,
they really don't.
No, they do. There's some good ones in there. I swear to God, there are. And there's still some we haven't even looked at yet. So it should be good.
Because it's all like backlogged. We don't have to. I mean, we can save something next week as well.
Exactly. 100%. If we feel like we've gone over time, we can always save a couple for next week. But I probably should have pulled a couple out already. I didn't. So we'll skim through and just kind of find a couple that seem good.
I think it's kind of fun looking at them not filtered. You know what I
mean?
Reckon?
Okay,
the good questions and the bad questions.
Yeah, okay. I like that. And of course, whoever asked the questions will get a bit of a shout out as well while you're at it. So make sure for next week's episode, you do also post a couple of questions. You know, we like your questions. Even just say something nice about the, you know, even a suggestion box. You know, put whatever you want in there. Bloody comment, a question, a bloody ask us for help on something. We don't mind. We want to help you with all your bloody quarrels in life. But very excited. I'm glad we're back. I'm glad we're actually on a schedule now. It's all happening, and Cactus Cult full swing, baby. And this should be the last episode as well. Final episode that won't be instantly up on any audio app for podcasts like iTunes or Spotify or SoundCloud or anything like that. Episode 5 should be up straight away. These episodes should be up very shortly. Hopefully this week we'll finally have them up on an audio listening service. Fingers crossed. Your boy's been a bit slack, but I didn't want to put them up too early. I kind of wanted to stick with just YouTube because I guess if anyone's wondering, my main reasoning for not getting them up straight away on a podcast service like iTunes or whatnot, I didn't really want to spread the viewer base too thin to start. I kind of just wanted everyone to be able to listen to it all in the one spot to get feedback, and also have just see what the views were and whatnot on it and see what the interest was. But now that we're seeing kind of where we sit and whatnot, I think I'm ready for us to start, you know, branching out, actually putting on something where people can listen to it while they're doing other stuff. So yeah, very exciting. But guys, oh my God, we're coming to the first segment of the day. What's everyone been playing? Who'd we start with last week?
Good question.
I think
it was me. Yeah.
I think it was Ando. All right, well let's fucking go Sage Jones. Oh God, what have you been playing this week, dude?
What have I been playing? Well, one of them should come of no surprise.
Surprise me.
I'm ready. Come of no surprise.
No, I'm ready for a surprise. I have no idea what you could possibly be about to say.
Damn, now I have to try and think of something like way left field. Nah. Let's be real. The game that's been taking up most of my time is a Black Desert.
Gasp. What?
Oh, shock horror, dude. Shock horror.
No way. That does come as a surprise. I thought you would have been over it by now. Play it so much. All right, how's Black Desert been?
Nah, dude, that just speaks to, mate, the quality, the depth of content.
Oh my God.
Let's be real, Minecraft is more in-depth.
Is it?
Oh,
I've never played
really?
Minecraft, dude. I don't have a clue.
Minecraft is your imagination, dude. Whatever you want.
Ooh, that's quite... That's very deep. I like it.
When I just think of Minecraft, I just think of that clip with that "Welcome to My House" song.
That kid singing. Yeah, that is true.
No, but like the clip from the stream when you're like,
yeah, I think it's going to be like it's like a Pitbull song that goes into that Minecraft song. Oh God, no one's pulled that up for a while.
On that.
I was about to go hard into that, and it just
turns out you got memed, bro. You got gnomed before gnoming.
I got gnomed well before gnoming was a thing. That was gnoming before gnoming was a thing, but well after Rick Rolling was a dead meme. So it kind of sits in the middle there. But yeah, continue.
But yeah, Black Desert. We had because I think you mentioned it last week. There was like a XP event, which was crazy. I don't think they'd done anything like that before.
Yeah,
no, not 10,000. 1,000% XP.
1,000.
No, but it's like 10 times. Like
So-
1,000% is 10 times the normal rate. That's what I was
Yikes, man.
going with that.
That's massive.
Yeah, crazy, man. It was kind of cool because it got everybody like on. It kind of like felt competitive. There were people like everywhere. It was I wouldn't like it to be like that permanently because people were like fighting over the tiniest little like fucking areas to like grind. But it was cool to see how many people like
got
online or
amongst
like
it. I guess I would have really seen some numbers boosting
all in one concentrated time.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I did talk to Ando just before you came on a little bit about it, and he was telling me that perhaps there was a few grapers running around, and I told him to hold on, don't tell me to the podcast. I'm very curious. Ando can even fill me in because he was going to tell me about this whole, like, he said people were ruining people's XP or something.
Yeah, the XP grind.
So
I'm not sure if CJels knows, but
really,
someone from our guild was grinding our Swordsons, which obviously CJels knows what that is. And 2 people from a different guild came over and started killing our guildie. So
Nice.
obviously that person in our guild, messaged us, and we're just like, what, fuck it. If they're gonna camp our guildie, we're gonna go over there and just camp them. So we went over there. Like, I think 10 of us went and continuously killed 3 of their people. And we ended up node camping. It's like nodes.
That means spawn camping. Basically, like camping them so as soon as they respawn, they die.
Really?
Yeah. Basically,
so in other words, they can't get their grind on. So you just yikes, man.
So their guild manager messaged one of our people saying, "Can you stop so they can swap servers?" So we're like, all right, we'll stop. And they didn't swap servers. They just came after us to kill us. So we just kept farming them.
Holy shit!
In the end, they ended up calling over a different guild, and it ended up being one massive guild versus guild fight.
It sounds intense. It sounds like shit.
I saw that happen. I saw that go down in the guild chat. So I had an idea what's happening, but because everyone was like talking like, "Oh man, they just brought like another 20 people," which is kind of what I meant. Like, it became vibrant. Like, people don't normally get that competitive or like fight over areas and spots like that. So it kind of it felt a bit novel. Like, I wouldn't like the permanent game experience to be like that, but for a weekend it was kind of fun to just have a taste.
Added a little something different by the sounds of it. Just be
it was honestly like The Purge. Have you ever, even if you've heard of the movie The Purge, like, you know it.
I love that movie, by the way. That movie's intense.
It was impossible to find a spot to grind where you can be by yourself, because everywhere was taken.
On every channel. On all like 40, 50 channels.
No way. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. You heard it here first. Black Desert still alive and well, apparently. God damn. Well, that's very exciting. So that's pretty much all I'm guessing Black Desert had to offer.
Well, that was like the big thing over the weekend.
That was like the big thing. Yeah, you're still loving obviously the new expansion or update.
Yeah,
I haven't actually explored that much. I've just been getting my life. Yeah, I've just been life skilling the past couple of days. Haven't been bothered.
And they've been role playing, getting his farming on.
Role playing, puts his straw hat on, and away he goes.
There's a difference between role playing and life skilling. All right.
I'm just paying out life skills.
All right, so
you life skill.
But other than Black Desert, like you were probably gonna ask.
I was about to say because I'm pretty sure that's all the Black Desert I can take for this week. But that's all right. Let's. I was gonna say apparently Black Desert.
Literally just like a minute ago before we got into the podcast, I was playing. I went back to my roots a little bit. Mustafa AP would be very proud of me. I was jumped in a little bit of League for a hot minute.
No, something other than Black Desert, bro. How is League, man?
Disgusting.
I mean, I feel like there's always something other, like whether it's one game or another. Like, always gonna have a side piece. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
No matter which way you look at it, there's someone's.
You got to have a
This week it was
downtime
League of
game.
Legends, so it's
Right.
been a long time since I've played, and I'm kind of just like playing casually. A couple of years ago, before I stopped playing, I was like, I play like ranked, and kind of like took it a little more seriously. But I don't know, it isn't
even...
like the game doesn't feel the way it used to feel to me. So it's I don't know, I lost interest.
Well, it's like any competitive game. I think you leave it for a while, you come back. And they update, they change things, the meta changes, and then you feel like it's not the game that you remember. Even that with Hearthstone, I'll come back to Hearthstone and release like a handful of different decks, and the meta's changed a mile. And I feel like I played that game religiously for 2 years. I have no idea what's going on anymore. What are all these cards? And I feel like you kind of go, well, I think I've lost interest now that I'm well and truly out of it. I'm out of the loop. So yeah, I feel on that. Do you feel like you can play League of Legends? I've kind of wondered this myself because people have still said
you haven't played it before, hey?
I've never played it. I actually I downloaded it a long time ago and I never actually opened it. I was like kind of getting ready to play it because I knew that there was a lot of hype around it. But what's your take on like, are you able to play that game casually or is it really not? Do you think there's a chance?
There's definitely like a threshold. There's a threshold of like knowledge you need to have, which is basically like once you learn all the champions and their abilities and you kind of know what to expect from everyone that you're versing because you're like, oh, that's a XYZ, that's like a Blitzcrank, I know what he is going to try and do. Once you have that sort of like threshold, like basic kind of like fundamentals down, you can play it pretty casually.
Okay, I feel.
I mean, even if you don't, there's people that play the game and
it's skill based. It's skill based matchmaking, isn't it? So
yeah,
you're not going to be put with like crazy. See, that's always I don't know. I'm a big fan of skill based matchmaking. I don't know what other people think about just in anything. I think even in Hearthstone, it's always nice when you go back into it. At least you can clean out a few scrubs before you get into the hectic ranks and whatnot.
It makes wins feel more rewarding too. If you're not just like stomping people, it's 100%. Like, oh shit, I worked.
It's like you can stomp a few people at the start, get your confidence up, and then start getting into the real meat of it. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel on that. I'm definitely never going to play League though. I feel like I've missed the boat on that. I think back in the day, I probably would have given it a red hot go.
Have you played any MOBAs like Dota or
yes,
Storm?
I did. I actually did, bro. I downloaded on PlayStation a long time ago. What's that one with all the gods?
Smite.
I know it's
Smite's
maybe
like a very unusual.
Yeah. I know it's not as much like maybe the other ones, but
it's kind of like Overwatch in a MOBA because it's not like top down and you have like 3D sort of.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a different look from what I've seen to League of Legends, Dota, and whatnot. But I thought, hey, I'll give this one a go, and it just wasn't really doing it for me. I don't know, man. MOBAs are just not my thing. And the problem with me is I'm not really a team player, so team games I just struggle with. I struggled with Overwatch. I mean, I'm okay with stuff like Call of Duty because obviously, even when you're playing team deathmatch, people don't really care whether they win or lose. They just want to get overly the most kills out of everyone. So. It just depends. So I think that's why I never really was overly drawn to it. I like to do things solo. What the hell was that? So like there was a car in Endo's room or something. That's right.
Oh, I was probably moving with my keyboard.
Oh, that's
probably
what that
just
is.
Moving his box, man.
Just moving. Bro, it sounded like he was pushing his box around. Oh goodness. Feels bad, Ando. Hashtag Ando new mic 2018. We'll get there.
Kickstarter next week.
Kickstarter.
We'll link the Kickstarter in the.
Might have to Kickstarter. Yeah, 100%. We'll get there. Ando, what have you been playing? Unless CJols has us another surprise up his sleeve, surely not.
No, man. No, that's it.
Okay.
Last 7 days, they're the 2 games.
Very nice. Well, I'm glad you had a little something extra there. Very exciting times.
Bro, I always try to bring something extra, dude.
All right, I like it. All right, Ando. What have you been playing, dude?
Yeah.
I'm excited. What have you been up to?
Obviously, Black does it.
I'm so sorry to all the listeners to start with, but
what? You don't know, man. Maybe they're interested, right?
I know a couple of them are. A couple of them definitely are. We already got that feedback, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't even touch on that anymore because we don't really talk about it.
We've talked about a bit of Black Desert. So what's the other game you've been playing?
I've been playing a bit of Fortnite as well.
Ooh, the other game that everyone's super interested in still.
Yeah, had 3 duo wins today. You know.
Bro, that's who are you playing with to get the duo wins? Apparently you carried them.
It's just a mate on Fortnite. His name's Twister.
Shout out to Twister.
So,
all right. Well,
shout out to Twister.
If you
I met called Mr. Fresh Asian. Is alright.
Imagine. But just big shout out to Twister. Hey Twister, if you're listening as well, Ando earlier on my stream.
Twister, I can't remember.
Oh my god, now he's
wow,
questioning.
good friend,
Jesus.
Well, he's changed his name 3 times. I'm pretty sure it used to be Hey I'm Twist. Now it's Twister. So
okay. Excuses flying off the shelf today. But yeah, Twister, if you're listening, Ando did claim that he put on the hard carry all 3 games.
Hey, I did not say all 3. All right, it was 2 games. 2 games I carried.
Okay,
actually.
2. Okay, 2.
Maybe it was all 3. I don't know. I definitely know I carried 2 though.
Oh, memory's a little bit hazy. Did you win even at all? I don't know.
We did.
Cracks are starting to form in the story. Well, congrats on the 3 wins, dude. Especially in how sweaty it's been. Although I've noticed even maybe I don't know if I'm kind of getting back into form since I've been back on Fortnite, but I feel like it's the sweatiness has kind of died off a little bit over the last week or so. I don't know.
No,
have you noticed that?
not.
Definitely
Best
not. Okay,
time-
well, rip.
Best time to play right now is like 4 to maybe 8:30ish. So like
Yeah,
4:30,
in the
9
afternoon.
o'clock your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Basically, when all the kids are on and
Yeah.
we're like the sweaty teens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. When I came back to Fortnite, I was playing midnight to about 4 in the morning, and it's only sweat to that hour. Like back in the day, you get so many scrubs that are probably on there hoping that maybe they can get a few hours practicing without too many people shitting on them. But now it feels like you're playing literally esport competitive Fortnite at this point at that hour. So I thought, fuck it, like maybe I'll try playing in the afternoon again. And yeah, you get so many more scrubs in the evening, so it feels good. But yeah, definitely a lot of sweat still on it.
Feels good.
Feels good too. I need it. I can't, bro.
I was just shitting on some noobs, dude.
Bro, 100%. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna cover that up. Love a good shit on a noob. But
no, I love it too.
bro,
that was coming from me. I was like, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, well, there you go. I mean, who doesn't? I would like to hear, if anyone's listening and you don't like shiting on a noob, let us know in the chat.
Tell us why, because dude.
And tell us why, yeah, because it feels good. There's nothing better than knowing that
nothing
you are
wrong with
superior.
admitting that.
That you are superior in every way to that person, and you know that they're just. Actually, no, that's a lie. Do you guys ever take a big shit on a noob? For lack of a better word at this point. Do you ever
visual now? Take it steaming.
Oh god. Well, do you ever though? And do you ever feel bad? Do you ever think about them on the other end and them just being like, "Wow, I suck." Like, do you ever think about that person and think that they might be so just disappointed that they just can't get it?
Yeah.
Bro, sometimes I think too deep about it. It stresses me out. Bro, you don't know, but I mean on any game. But I think you can definitely tell on Fortnite, really, like, it's not like if you're playing Call of Duty and you're just stomping a guy over and over and you might just be having a bad game. I think you can tell on Fortnite when someone's just bad. And sometimes, I'm not the best player, and sometimes I'll stomp someone and you can tell they were just not good, not confident. And you said their name was like Miss Princess Happy Bot or something, or not bot, but Miss Princess Happiness or something. And you're like, that's such a nice name. And they just seem like such a nice person. Just going off the name. And I just feel bad. Like,
bro, when their name ends in like 2000 and something, I'm like, holy
yeah,
shit.
You're like, yeah,
This
exactly.
kid is so young.
Bro, it kills me, man. I know. Especially me being an 87 child. 2,000 kids. It's getting scary. I'm just gonna say, for me.
Let's not bag on them too much, bro. They're probably a good portion of the viewer.
I'm not bagging. Love all you little kidlets out there. But holy shit, you make my mortality feel ever so real. Ando, what else you been playing, dude? Or did you want to talk more about Fortnite? What do you think of the update, by any chance?
Oh, I like the update. That's just me. I'm not sure about anyone else, but finally the shotguns, no more 6 damage. Just saying.
Thank fuck. I actually played a little bit this afternoon.
How'd they fix that?
They did it with like the pellets. So even if it's just one pellet that hits, they made it so the minimal damage that can be done is 23, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty much just buffed them. Yeah, they're pretty much buffed it. So you're pretty much guaranteed now to do at least a sensible...
At least 20, yeah.
Yeah, at least a sensible amount of damage now, so you're not just hitting stupid nothing shots. I found that today. I found, unless I was like a mile away from the person, I think I shot someone from like literally on the other side of the map and it did like 6 damage. I didn't feel angry because I was so far away. I expected...
Yeah, that's like, you know... appropriate.
Yeah, and I was surprised it even did any damage. But I felt like my shots today, I was more confident actually hitting shots because I felt like they were going to do something. I didn't feel like, oh god, like I'm panicking because even if I hit a shot, it might be just 6 damage. Like I'm jumping around. Like I felt like control your shots, Matt. If you hit, it's going to do something. So I actually was able to think and slow down my shots and just kind of focus in on it a bit and know that if I hit that shot, it's actually going to fucking do something, not just jump around like a headless chicken. So I felt good about it. I felt like that new update stepped in the right direction. One thing I thought was weird from the update is that they moved the marker. I don't know if you were watching when this happened, but they moved the marker. When you click the middle scroll wheel, it puts a marker point on the map, whether you're looking at the map or not. So I've got my scroll wheel. When I click it, that starts putting floor down or goes to the floor, mode. And while it was doing it, it was like putting points all over the map. Sometimes I question the fuck Epic's doing over there, but it's only a minor thing. Obviously, I just thought, I don't know why they had to make that just all of a sudden a thing when anyone could key bind that themselves, but it is what it is. I thought it was just a bit odd.
Mine didn't have it on at all.
Oh, really? Bro, that's so weird. Okay, well maybe...
Because I have mine for traps, and I pressed it all the time, and it was never happening for me. So.
Bro, that's very weird then. That's very weird. I'm not sure what the deal with that was. But on the most part, Epic, good job this week with the update. Because I like it. I think a lot of people do too. A lot of people are very excited. Also, one last little bit for Fortnite. What do you think about glider replay, man? What's your view on that?
Oh, I played the new... 20v20 mode or whatever.
Okay.
Like,
I haven't played that yet. Yeah. What do you think of that?
And,
is that like the 50v50, almost the exact same thing?
Yes and no. This one here is like a team deathmatch. Like you have to get to 100 points and you can respawn.
Just respawn and keep... I think
it's not eliminated.
I actually meant to play that on stream today and I just didn't get round to it. But
it has redeploy and it's just so slow. Really? It's like the guided missile when you're trying to turn. It takes a while.
What do you mean the glider does?
No. You know how in like the glider, it's just so slow. Like with the guided missile, how when you're moving it, it's just
wait. So it doesn't feel. Wait, the glider doesn't feel like when you first are landing in the map.
Yeah. No, it feels weird. I don't like it.
Really, they've changed it, man. I don't know. Very odd. I know a lot of people are definitely kind of starting to make the demands and say bring back glider redeploy. I kind of agree, dude. I feel like bring it back. I know I'm very prone to falling to my death. I just feel like it just sped the game up a bit. It made it feel a bit more fast paced. I know a lot of people don't like that. People could bail from a fight very quick, but hey, I mean, you can chase them. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like people's one thing that they're kind of saying, don't bring it back. They're saying, because you'd be winning a fight and then the person would jump and fly away. It's like, well, what's stopping you from jumping and flying away after him? I feel like with glider redeploy, whenever I jumped, that person would follow me and they would hunt me down. And I'd do the same to them. So it's not like a surefire way of getting away. It just adds a bit more craziness to the game, a bit more strategy, I think, in a way.
Is that why they went away with it? Because people were complaining?
No, I don't think so. I think
it was just a test.
Yeah, it was always going to be a limited thing. Yeah. I think it's, you know, people say that the strategy, you know, part of not having a glider redeploy is it makes it more skillful, that you have to control how high you build and know when to come down from a build and this and this. But I think having the glider redeploy, I really do believe that adds an element of strategy to it in a way, like, you know, when to jump, if they're going to follow, where to fly to. I don't know. Whether you chase, I feel like I enjoyed it more with it, but we'll see what they do over the coming weeks, because I know a lot of people are starting to say bring it back. So it'd be interesting to see if they do bring it back, because of the fact that it was a test, or a limited thing just for them to trial it, doesn't mean that they won't bring it back. They're now probably in the kind of, they're probably thinking now and talk in discussions, I guess, about whether they should bring it back permanently. So going to be interesting over the coming weeks to see what they do with that, or coming months. But yeah, there you go. Fortnite, new update. I rate it.
All right, Matty.
Oh, wait. So Ando...
Oh, sorry, Ando.
No,
I still got one game left.
Oh, he does. Holy shit. Mystery game. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure he said he had a third surprise game. Ando, what the fuck have you been playing?
It's called American Truck Simulator.
Ooh. Bro, how you like it? Is that
I've only played about 20-ish minutes of it. It's like the mechanics of it's pretty hard to turn and shit.
Yes, would you say it's quite like a simulation of real life, of like what you imagine?
Like trying to turn a truck in real life.
Yeah, like you can't just hit a corner at like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you can't hit a corner at like 100 kilometers and try and crank it. You know what I mean? Like an arcade game. Because let it be known that I actually played a bit of Euro Truck Simulator back in the day, and I only played it for a hot minute. I couldn't figure out how to get out of the truck yard. I spent, no joke, probably about an hour trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of the truck yard. When you start in a truck yard and you just have to leave the gate. I couldn't find the gate. Couldn't leave. It stressed me out. It was worse than Red Dead losing your hat. But then I left. Bro, I left. You had to back into like the trailer to put the trailer on the truck. Then you had to leave. But I had this big trailer on. I couldn't figure out how to get it off. So I eventually found the gate, would leave. I was like, there it was the whole time. Left. Was driving, hit a few cars. Who cares? And then I tried going, I think it was like an on-ramp or an off-ramp from a freeway. I came round the bend too much and my truck went off the road into a grass patch off the side. My truck got stuck on the side of the road. I tried everything I could not get my truck out of the grass. So I alt F4'd that shit, never came back. I was like, this is so stressful.
You're just like, I'm not cut out for this shit. I'm not a truck driver.
Bro, if I was going to have to deal with that stress, I'd become an actual truck driver and get paid for it. I ain't going to like, you may as well make us sit at your desk and file bloody documents simulator.
Bro, imagine one day they have the technology that you can play like American Truck Simulator at your home, but you're actually driving a truck IRL and you don't even know.
Fuck,
you're just driving a truck and you're doing jobs for people.
Oh my god, it's like the most lucrative thing. They make money from the people buying
like
the game.
200 yeah, man.
So there you go. What do you think of it, Ando? Enough about my experience with it. How are you liking it? I don't know if you said already. How far did you get? Where'd you get up to? Any mischief?
I did like the first mission, but the first mission took me a while because I was too busy ramming into other cars.
Bro, exactly. It's so hard not to.
Yeah, intentionally. Like I was going as fast as I could, then just going into them just to see what would happen.
Oh my!
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Ando's a psychopath, man.
I feel
like you should know this.
I'm starting to learn it. When I played it, I was playing it like a bloody grandma. I was like, I have to do this right. And every time I hit a car, I was like, sorry,
to see if I get in like trouble with the law or what would happen.
I'm pretty sure you get fined every time, don't you? Every time you hit a car, like.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Oh, really? I swear it came up saying you got like a fine or a ticket when you speed. I don't know. I remember seeing.
Just picture Matty like at his desk and Tay's like calling out, "Dinner's ready, Matt. I've got a deadline in like 20 minutes. Tay, I'm really gonna get this package to you. Can't understand. You might leave it in the microwave, please."
It's like people are relying on me. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie. I was stressing, dude. I was actually stressing. It's scary. I'm actually turning CJ's up a little bit. I don't think he's too quiet. It's the same as last week for a minute there. But no. So there you go. All right. Well, keep us posted, Ando. A quick question? Did you get that on the autumn Steam sale by any chance?
No. Humble Bundle.
Okay. Humble Bundle. Do you subscribe to that? Is that
every now and then, yeah.
very nice? Okay, yeah, I feel like I should get on that. People get some good stuff from that.
Yeah, I got Hitman.
How much is it?
In entire collection, $12 a month.
Okay.
Wait, you got Hitman. Which Hitman did you get?
All of them, I think. Hold on, let me just double check.
Like, did you get the one, like the more recent one that's just Hitman?
I don't think I got the more recent one.
You didn't get Hitman 2 because that just came out. But God,
let's see, purchases.
I actually am hoping that maybe my game that I've been playing next week might be Hitman because I've been wanting to play that for like a year. And Hitman 2's come out now, and I still haven't played the first one. It's the first one of the newer ones.
Where is it? Okay, the complete first season.
Yikers, man. Yeah, I got that on PlayStation like a year ago. Still haven't played it. So, man, Humble Bundle. Just giving that shit away.
I was with 7 Days to Die. Sniper Elite.
All right. Yeah.
Sniper Elite version 2 as well.
Hold up. In 1 month.
Yeah, you get like 6 to 8 games, I think.
Oh my God. For $12. Wait, $12 Australian.
I got 10 games. Yeah, $12 Australian.
God damn. All right, everyone get on that. You probably already are. You're probably not slow like me. Okay, I feel like I need to look into that because I feel like I'm missing out here. I feel like I missed out already. Jesus. Oh, thank you for the hot intel.
Oh, if you refer a friend, you can get $5 for a month.
Ooh. Wait, $5. Wait, $5 off the first month.
No, refer a friend, get $5 for a limited time. Get $5 each time you refer a friend.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, we'll make sure I say you're my recommender, 100%. If anyone obviously you guys listen to the podcast. If you like Ando, what's your code, Ando? How do people go about doing that?
Good question. I don't know. Right, I think you have to send them a link.
Well, feels bad. All right, well maybe we can put your link in the description for the YouTube video. So if anyone wants to support Ando there, any saved money. For him to get a better mic, you're doing your part. Use his link. Use his promo code, right? Use promo code Ando69. All right, well there you go. Very exciting, man. That you played something a bit different. Did you play that just so you had something different to say on the old podcast there, or just?
No, I was meaning to play it for a while. Just
okay.
So yeah.
Organic gameplay.
I don't know if I buy that.
No.
20 minutes. Come on, mate.
That's great. That's really like I need to play something different. And Matt's going, goodness. All right.
All right, bro. Why don't you tell us?
Well, look, I played a little bit of Fortnite today. We talked plenty about that. I only played today. I haven't replayed any other Fortnite during the week, but really enjoying the updates.
Real quick.
Yeah. What's up?
I have to confess.
Yeah. Oh, yikes.
To a stream sniper of today's stream.
No. Wait, were you the I like trains guy?
Yeah.
No! No!
It's actually I like trains.
Oh my God. Okay, for context, I was playing Fortnite today and a guy came up in a bloody wasn't a golf cart, it was a buggy.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd hop on and I'd take us out of the storm.
And he was I was running from the storm. He's honking his horn and he's like doing the arm, like the toot, like pulling the arm down kind of thing. And I was like, oh shit, he's coming. And I was fucking clapped him. And I was like, who? And I guaranteed knew it was someone from the stream. I didn't expect it was you, dude. That's amazing. I did steal any loot quickly from you that I could, but you didn't actually give me much, so it feels bad. I was gonna try and snipe you, but I thought, nah. And then I realized the storm was coming, so I was like, shit, I'll give him a lift out of the storm. Wait, hold on. You were gonna snipe, like hurt me?
No, what?
Because I believe that before you came towards me, there was a shot at a car as I ran past it. And I was
yeah. I was just shooting that just to see what you would do.
Oh, okay, all right, sure.
Warning shots, dude. I didn't miss. Just warning shots.
I was trying to spook you, like lift you, because I used a silenced pistol, so I shot the car.
Oh, okay, no, I feel ya. All right, well there you go. If anyone's curious about that, go watch the VOD from today. All right, so I played a bit of Fortnite, of course. Got sniped a few times, stream sniped, but that's okay. They were good ones. And this week I've been playing pretty much just more Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu version.
Nice.
Few things I want to talk about with it. I haven't actually finished it yet. Haven't finished it. I'm not bored of it. I'm still loving it. I'm finding it's definitely now becoming. It's a very simple game. It's not difficult in any way. For stream, it's good to chill, like on stream and talk to everyone. I feel like maybe people were getting a little bit bored of seeing Pokemon. Plus, because I'm so far behind in the story, I feel like most people have seen all that before. Shiny hunting seems to be the big thing on Twitch at the moment. If anyone doesn't know what shiny hunting is, which I think a lot of people do, but if you haven't played Pokemon, shiny hunting basically is you do a couple of steps and basically you're looking for super rare Pokemon. So obviously pretty much every Pokemon of say a variety, say Pikachu, always yellow, same coloring, but a shiny version would be a different color, like a different color variant. And they're super rare. There's like 1 in 4,000 chance one will appear, so super rare. And you can do a couple of steps to increase your chances. One of those things being catching a certain type of Pokemon like 31 times in a row, and just chaining those Pokemon, catching that many in a row increases the chance. Anyway, so a lot of people are doing that, trying to get shinies. I've caught 2 so far. People seem to enjoy that.
Is that your shiny tally? What have you got?
That's my shiny tally. I got a Pidgey. I got a Pidgey and a Chansey.
Oh,
so and I have to say, it's fucking tough out there. There are people I've seen this week who have been sitting there for 9 hours just staring at the same patch of grass, waiting for a shiny Pokemon to pop up. Some people find one in like
last week?
Bro, I took like 6 hours. Not 9. Let's not get crazy in here, right? Let's not get crazy in here. I've seen people that were, they're like late for work almost. They're like staying up fucking on stream till like early morning because they're so dead out. Shiny hunting is real right now. People are obsessing about catching shinies. I always knew shinies were a big deal. I think because this Pokemon series is so straightforward with how you do it, and it's a lot more of a casual experience. It's almost like it takes the first bit of it catching, 31.
It's like diet Pokemon.
It is. It's like a watered
taking
down.
All the meat and actual.
It's a little bit. I would say it's like a Macca's Coke. It's like Macca's Coke, compared to like full strength straight from a can Coke. You know what I mean? It's watered.
I really like Macca's Coke.
And you know what? I prefer Macca's Coke over real Coke as well, 100%. And you know what?
I think everyone does.
Yeah, and
does everyone? I would like to hear a consensus.
Nah, yeah, I can. No, okay, another time for the viewers to chime in. Feel free in the comments to tell us what you prefer. I'm actually really curious now.
Yeah, Macca's Coke or bottled Coke or canned.
Or canned, yeah. Macca's or full strength, yeah. Or even Hungry Jack's, whatever. Pick your poison. But watered down over full strength. What's the consensus? It sounds like all three of us prefer watered down. I'm a big watered down fan.
Something about the syrup, because I know, they make it with syrup and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I think the worst thing is sometimes when you get McDonald's for breakfast and you get it quite early. Back when I was having to get up for work at 4:30 and I'd be on my way to work at like 5:30, I stop by Macca's and get like Macca's breakfast, of course. And something about early morning at Macca's, they must refill the I don't know if anyone that works at Macca's probably knows. I mean, we know someone that does work there, but so maybe they can fill us in. But it seems like if you get a watered down Coke in the morning, that shit is syrupy as fuck no matter what. Always in the mornings.
Yeah, usually it's because it's usually fresh.
Yeah, so they're pretty much like... But it's like, wouldn't they just refill it or restock it when it needs to be? Why would they do it in the morning? Especially when most Macca's are now 24 hours. You
maybe
know
it goes bad overnight.
Maybe it goes... Yeah, maybe it goes flat.
Because it could have just been sitting there for a while.
Maybe because not a lot of people
because it's
at that time
in
the morning.
Sticky and it doesn't want to stick and shit,
Yeah, because maybe people that time in the morning aren't getting too many Cokes. Yeah. So I've always noticed, bro, I hate it. It's too syrupy. I'm like, no, I want it to be watered down. I've actually almost gone to the point
where... Do you go into a Muzz? Like a Bart Simpson syrup?
Oh, yeah, where it's like so thick and the straw like gets, not quite, but it's too much. Like it's the mornings are when you do not want a syrupy Coke. But I've actually started take on it, converted me a little bit. Diet Coke, watered down. You cannot get a more watered, bro. You cannot get a more
terrible.
Bro, it was at first, but it's such a light, refreshing taste. It's watered down Diet Coke. It's like you can't get more refreshingly watered down than that. And oh god, I'm like salivating. I'm salivating thinking about it.
You know how I picture that tasting? I picture it tasting like the last like 2 centimeters of Coke after all your not even that. Like when your
ice
Coke's
melts
out and and the ice melts.
Yeah. And you drink that last little bit of like
and you're like, I should not have done that. That was bad.
Yeah, 100%. Oh boy.
That's how I'm picturing watered down Diet Coke.
A little bit more fizzy though. It's not as flat. More fresh. But yeah, a little bit. It's delish. So give it a try. Let us know what you think. But yeah, so that's the thing. No, I give it a try. That's your homework for the week.
Good joke.
Okay, how'd I get onto that?
I'll try that when you try coffee.
Ooh.
No, I thought you were going to say, but okay.
Not worth it. What do you think he was going to say?
No, we were talking about it enough.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Black Desert. Yeah, that does make sense.
I think beverage for beverage is fair.
Okay, beverage for beverage. I like that. Okay, I like it.
We can even document the experience, but
we should. We do another a new vlog.
Maybe on a day that it's not torrential fucking flooding, but
so not today as well, because today was today definitely brought back some Assassin's Creed Spartan run vibes. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, probably what was a couple of months ago. Cedros and I.
Actually maybe like 6 weeks.
Well, bro, think about already a month ago was PAX, so it's been pretty.
Time flies.
Yeah, it's been like at least 2 or more, bro. It's probably going on 3, 2.5. I guess it's 2.5.
No, not going on 3.
Right, I fucked my neck up hard, and I'm only just recovering, and it was like a month after, and my neck was still fucked, and then we went to. I don't know, bro. I don't
2?
know.
We'll call it 2.
We'll say 2. We'll call it even at 2. Let's shake on it. All right. So C-Jobs and I attempted to do a vlog going to this basically Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed.
It sounded good. In writing, it sounded good. When Matty hit me up and I saw I'm like, dude, that sounds epic.
Yeah, 100%. And it did. It sounded real good. So they put on in Sydney.
I was deceived.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel bad a little bit, but not really. I feel bad.
Tell the story. It's kind of funny. Like,
okay,
I laugh at it,
so we they put on this Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft. They put on this this Assassin's Creed Spartan run, because obviously Assassin's Creed Odyssey based around Spartans and that era and whatnot. So they put on this Spartan run in Sydney City in a park that was kind of like by the water. It seemed like it was going to be a great day. They did it actually, I think, Friday and Saturday. You had to actually pre-book tickets. They didn't cost anything, but they wanted you to pre-book, I guess, so it didn't get out of hand. You could play the game early. This was just before a release as well. You could play the game early. They had some tents with the console set up, so you could play it. But they had a big, like a massive, well, it was pretty big. They had a big, what do we call it? Like an obstacle course. And at the very, like,
dude, I got a picture for you. If you...
Oh, yeah. Put it on Discord. Yeah, if you got a picture of it. And basically the end thing, if anyone's played Assassin's Creed, you know that a big part of Assassin's Creed is a leap of faith, that your character will do when you basically, I think it's when you kind of get like what do you call it in an open world game when you can, fly to a certain area or you can jump to a certain area? A fast track?
Fast
travel.
Fast travel, thank you. A gaming podcast.
Here you go. That's got like 4 really good pictures of the course.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Without the rain.
Yep, good. Send it on through. Ooh. Yeah, so basically the end thing was a 6-meter jump into one of those big inflatable bags, off a platform. And I was all cool with it. I wasn't too worried. And wait, let's see if this oh yeah, this is the one. We'll click on the actual link. So basically, bro, it looks so different. Although I think that's like a 3D render, that first one here. Where's the picture? Oh yeah. Bro, actually now looking at this, it looks like a 3D render. It is. How weird is that?
This is probably before the event.
Yeah.
But this is so like close. This is almost like brick for brick.
It is 100%. Even the buildings in the background stuff, like, that's pretty crazy. The building across from the Leap of Faith looks exactly like the building Oh, there you go. I never realized that was actually just a 3D render. That's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's the leap of faith. So you had to jump off that platform into that bag there. Seemed fine. Looks like a beautiful day. And these are big, fat, phony pictures. But when we, when we met up on the Friday, I couldn't do it on the Saturday because I had to, unfortunately, shoot a wedding. But we went on the Friday. It was pissing rain. And
pissing is like the world's biggest understatement.
Understatement. It
just
was
for the record.
It was torrential. Like, I think they were saying, like, just don't come to the city and stuff because it was like raining so hard. Like, it was bad. But the show went on. We sussed it out. We were drenched by the time we got there. We got there. It was no one was there. Like, the event was dead. No one asked for my tickets to say I pre-booked because literally no one was no one wanted to do it. It was raining. No one even turned up. So all the people working there, they were standing around, not doing anything. I think they're happy to see a few people rock up. CJ didn't want to do it, obviously not in the right attire. He was wearing like dress shoes or something, boots and something. Obviously I turned up.
Someone had to film you.
I guess, under the safety of a tent, away from all the rain, of course. But no, that's all right. I kind of didn't tell CJ exactly what we're getting into. But I did the course in the rain. I had a GoPro on my head. Now, this was all filmed, by the way. We filmed all this, but I never released it because it was just so wet that the filming was just so inconsistent. It was just such a mess. So I did it all, and I got to the bottom of the platform that you had to jump off. It's like this kind of like, it was, as you can see kind of, here it's all kind of wrapped around with, visuals from the game. So you can't see all the stairwell inside of it. So when you get to the bottom of that, after you've done all the easy stuff, you wait for the safety officer to come over because there's a guy obviously managing it and all that. And he came over and he started like he's like, all right, like, I'll take you up to the top. It's a 6 meter drop. You think you're good? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, you look like you do this all the time. And I'm thinking, yeah, definitely all the time. It's like pissing down the rain. This guy's wearing like a big black raincoat with a hood. He almost looked like the executioner before like you go up and get hung. So it felt really dark because I'm following this guy up this stairwell almost to my fate. But I felt fine. I felt cool. But I got up there. I looked over the edge and I thought, okay, I can do this. Jump into the bag, no problem. But he goes, don't jump. And I don't know, I thought it was going to jump straight away. And everyone's like, don't do it yet. Like, I think he had to run me through all the what not to do and stuff.
You have so much to live
yeah,
for.
pretty much. I was like, shit, okay. And I was kind of like just wanting to do it. Just get up there, jump. Because the longer you stand up there and think about it, the more you psych yourself out, right?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm looking down there. The bag's drenched. It's like pooling with water. It's starting to look higher and higher by the second. And it's like piss and rain. So it's like, if it's just feeling really, the mood is set. Let's put it that way. So he says, all right, before you jump, don't jump like this, and this, or you will fuck yourself up. And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, you could die. I'm like, what, bro? Don't tell me this. I'm like, and he's like, now, do you feel okay about it? And before he said anything, he said, all right, don't do a flip. I'm thinking, oh shit. Like, he thinks I'm actually like not scared. But he tells me all these things.
Don't do a flip, like he thinks you're Jet Li or something, dude.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, as if, bro, like
Crouching Tiger. Just
because I'm wearing sneakers doesn't mean I'm about to, like, I'm wearing sneakers and a fucking hat with some messy hair. Doesn't mean I'm a bloody adrenaline junkie over here. And I think because I had the GoPro on my hat and everything, maybe he thought like I just was all about that life.
Yeah.
I think that might have been.
Red Bull footage.
Yeah, 100%. Like, put this on my bloody, adrenaline pumping, show reel to send in for a Red Bull sponsor. But yeah, so he's telling me all this stuff. I'm freaking out like more and more by the second. Internally, he had no idea. But then I must have shown a little bit because he said, now, do you feel comfortable? And I went, yeah, like that. Obviously not very confident. And he said, you'll be right, dude. He said, you'll be right. I'm like 50. If I can do it, you can do it. I was like, okay, sounds good. And what you had to do, he said, don't jump to your feet. You have to jump onto your back. So you have to jump and pretty much go straight plank it and land like on your back. That's the safe way to do it. If you jump to your feet, you're going to pin drop straight through the bag and pretty much shatter your fucking bones or something. So I was freaking out, right? I was like, oh God, I just want to jump into it. So anyway, people came up behind me. There was actually a couple that rocked up behind me. They're waiting to jump. So he's like, okay, it's time to go. I'm there like crouching. So it's so funny. Like, I couldn't just jump. I felt like I had to crouch on the platform to get lower to the bag, even though I'm 6 meters up. Like, it makes a difference. And then he's like, okay, it's time to go. And he was kind of getting a bit impatient with me. So I'm like, okay. And I like jumped landed in the bag, and my neck whiplashed like right back, and instantly I knew I fucked myself up. And even now, today, my neck was still hurting, dude. After like 2 and a bit months, and I can't sue him. Yeah, I can't sue him because I signed a waiver.
Is it just tender, or is it like certain directions and angles?
Yeah, if I turn it left and right. If I turn it right now, my neck hurts. Like, it just hurts. Yeah, I pretty much if I turn it completely 90 degrees.
You might just need a good massage, like like a sports massage.
I might need to, yeah, 100%. But yeah, my neck was I was in a lot of pain that night. And I thought, no, it'll probably be good in the morning. Woke up in the morning, it was stiff as anything. I could barely turn my head. I was in a lot of pain. And
it's always worse the morning after. Hey?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, a week went by and I was still in a lot of pain. 2 weeks went by and it started feeling better, but it was still hurting. And yeah, it started feeling better. Even when we were at PAX, it was like when I'd wake up in the morning from that bed, my neck was hurting. But yeah, I don't think about it that often. It's not that bad. But today after the stream, I think I was like thrashing about too much on stream today. And I think if I just do pull it a little bit wrong, it like, so yeah, it's unfortunately the older you get, the you don't heal as quick. But I think it will ultimately heal over time. Not too stressed. But yeah, turning my head side to side, I can definitely, my neck feels, it doesn't feel comfortable. Like, it doesn't feel as comfortable as if you didn't fuck your neck up jumping into a bag full of water. The other funny thing was, because it was raining so heavily when I jumped into it, the water just fucking all went straight into the middle because the bag sunk in. So I just got absolutely bombarded with all this dirty fucking water. It was disgusting, dude. So
you think about it, there's probably like all this sweat on there from people.
Bro, there would be so much. But another little factoid is that actually earlier on, one of the people working there told me that after I jumped, I got out and I felt like my neck was sore, but you know when it doesn't really tense up till later, like you know you fucked it up, but yeah, you don't feel it till maybe the morning after or that night. I was okay. Like I was like the adrenaline and stuff, I guess I didn't really feel my neck that bad. I just knew I kind of flicked it back a lot. But when I came down, I was talking to one of the people working there as I watched the other people jump. And he said that a girl got taken away in an ambulance earlier that day after doing the jump. She had to be taken away.
He told you this after?
Yeah. A girl got taken away in an ambulance. So
tells you after you jump, no biggie.
Bro, 100%. But I asked the girl, and we were signing the waivers. I asked the girl, so has anyone been hurt today? And she went, maybe. Like, and I was like, oh, good meme. She was being legit. Someone got taken away. She didn't tell me. So, but the girl that jumped after me as well, straight pin drop to the legs. Exactly how we were told not to. And then she got out of it and she was completely fine. So I was like, fuck, I did it the way I was supposed to and I aced myself. I probably would have been better to jump in the way that I felt comfortable. So feels bad. Also, the one last thing, I actually knew the guy that was running that, the guy that told me to jump. He's from a local skate park. He runs like one of the indoor skate parks at Olympic Park. So I knew him from something. He actually recognized me.
Which one?
Monster Skate Park.
Oh, really? Park. He runs Monster?
Yeah, he runs it, yeah. So he actually recognized me as the unicycle guy from there. And I was like, oh shit. So I think that's why he doubly thought like I was like into shit. I'm thinking, bro, that was like 10 years ago. Like, I'm not an adrenaline junkie anymore. So yeah,
but I did still getting your fix, I see.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, that's the thing. I thought, you know, I want to push myself to do things that take me out of a comfort zone. Let me just tell you guys, don't do it. It's not worth it. You'll hurt yourself. Just stay on the ground. Stay safe. Don't leave your house. Stay in bed. Just don't crawl out of bed. Don't take risks. Risks suck. Risks will hurt you. You'll probably die. All right, that's my little lesson of the day. But yeah, that story went forever. But that was basically I may as well have just edited the the vlog and put it up. Would have been quicker. But yeah. So anyway, that was that. Why did we talk about that?
Because you were talking about Assassin's Creed
or something, weren't we?
Yeah, it's not about Assassin's Creed. But anyway, so
what other games have you been playing, buddy?
Yeah, Pokemon. I'm so sorry, all the lovely viewers of the podcast. I tell myself every week I'll be better, and then
every week it's like, yeah, we got to try not
tighten it up, and that's
it's mostly me, but we'll work on it.
And then somehow I
end
up talking about fucking the Assassin's Creed run after talking about Pokemon. What the fuck? I would definitely be interested to go back and listen to the podcast tonight and find out how the fuck I got onto that. But anyway, Pokemon, it's fun. A lot of shiny hunting, very exciting. Can I just quick little thing about the Pokeball Plus though? If anyone know the Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, you could get it with a peripheral. It's like basically a controller that looks like a Pokeball. It's basically does a few extra things in a standard Joy-Con, and a few things less than a standard Joy-Con. It lights up, it makes noises, but it actually is missing a particular button on the Joy-Con, and the game actually has a use for that button, but you have no way. There's no way on that controller on the Pokeball Plus to hit it. So that's a bit of a negative on that. I also felt like I stopped using it because I just felt like it wasn't as comfortable, easy to use. It's very novel. It's fun. If anyone's on the fence about still getting it with the Pokeball Plus, you do get a Mew with it, and if you want to get your full Pokedex, you're going to need that. But I also noticed the rumble in mine already feels a little bit weird. I don't know if it was running out of battery. I'm still yet to charge and use again. I ended up just using the Joy-Con. So just a little, that's my 2-second review on that. If you don't want to spend an extra $60, don't feel like you need to. I feel like the Joy-Con's more enjoyable to play as well, even just throwing the Pokeball in the game. Just feels better. So if you're wondering, Matt, what do you think about the Pokeball Plus? I like it as a fun little gimmick and as a collectible, but I've already moved on to just using Joy-Con. There you go. Fun game though. I rate Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Really enjoy it. Shiny hunting's a lot of fun, and game's great.
What do you rate it?
At the moment, I can't give it a 10. I can't give it anything out of 10 because I haven't finished it. But I would give it a solid, at the moment, 8 out of 10. I think it's a solid game. I think it's a really good remake of Pokemon Pokemon Yellow, which was the first Pokemon game I ever played back in the day. And I think they did. They really did it justice. I feel good about it. I feel like it's they haven't really, you know how sometimes remake can kind of fuck with your childhood a little bit. I really feel like it's just a really nice throwback to the first Pokemon game I ever played, and it just looks better. It just feels better, and yeah, I think they did a really good job. A lot of people, I think, thought that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was going to be a bit of a quick cash grab for all the Pokemon Go players, that they were going to try and just it was more just to get Pokemon Go players into the main core Pokemon games. I wasn't even thinking I was going to get Pokemon Let's Go. I wasn't sure if I was really interested. And as it started approaching, I kind of thought, oh, it seems like there's a bit of hype. It looks kind of cool. I'll get it and try it. And I love it. But it's a very good chill game. It's missing some core elements, which I probably could have talked about. I feel like I spent most of my time talking about Assassin's Creed bloody Spartan run. But it's pretty much like every other Pokemon game in every other way. The only thing you're really missing is the catch mechanic. You don't weaken a Pokemon now in this to catch it. All you do, you get into a encounter with the Pokemon, and all you have to do really, you use your motion control for a Joy-Con to throw the Pokeball, and you have to basically either use berries or a stronger Pokeball. To catch the Pokemon, you have to, there's a target essentially on the Pokemon that shrinks, and if you hit it when the target's really small, essentially getting a bullseye, you got more chance of catching it. So I actually really enjoy that mechanic. I have to admit, as much as I thought it was going to be the worst thing ever, I actually don't mind it. I'm looking forward to hopefully 2019, them following through their promise of bringing out a core Pokemon game that will have all the things we know and love. I'm hoping it will actually be beyond what we expect for the next Pokemon game. I'm hoping they take that Pokemon RPG that
online play.
No, Nintendo is terrible with online play. I don't believe
it would just be imagine that. It would be the greatest thing. Imagine seeing like 100%. Other dudes walk around Pallet Town and shit God. With you catching Pokemon.
If they made a Pokemon MMO in 2018, 2019, 2020, if they made a Pokemon MMO, that shit
it would blitz.
That would be the biggest craze. Learn from it. Think about Pokemon Go and how big that's been. If they made a Pokemon MMO, they've got so many different regions now. How many bloody generations have there been now? So many different regions, each with their own.
Is there 4? Or is it 5?
Nah, bro. There's you've got your red, blue, and yellow. You gold and silver.
Your ruby,
sapphire. Like all the ones, you've got your most recent as well, Sun and Moon with a Alolan. I didn't replay all of it, but there's so many different regions. Imagine them putting all those together in a really high fidelity setting. linking them all together a little bit. So the world is just massive. Even adding a new area here and there. But putting in every Pokemon that's ever been released into the game.
Or maybe even making other regions unlockable after you beat gym leaders and shit.
Yeah, stuff like that.
There's like sense of progression.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, yeah.
I mean, the sad part is I don't think that'll ever happen because it's Nintendo and Nintendo doesn't seem to like online. It's the sad reality that Nintendo really doesn't seem to be keeping up with the way the world's moving. I mean,
do you think they do it out of principle now? Like they're like, nah, that's not us. That's not our lane. We don't fuck with it.
I don't even know, dude. I feel like they're missing out on a very on something that will sell units. The thing that drives me crazy and the thing that made me really go, yeah, Nintendo's not really in their head's not in the online game. They don't seem to care that much. It's just saying they feel like they need to do, but if they didn't have to, they would avoid it like the plague. They wouldn't bother. But with Mario Party, the newest one coming out on the Switch, that came out maybe a month or two ago, no online play. You can play the mini games online, but you can't play the full board game mode online with anyone, not even friends. Now, I get like playing that against randoms. Sure, as soon as a random starts seeing they're going to lose, they're going to just dip and the game's over and it's ruined. You want to get to the end of the game. But why can't we play with friends? Why can't we just make private lobbies to play? How hard could that be? If you can play the mini games online, which clearly take a bit more latency because a lot of them are reflex based, why can't we just play a board game across the internet? What is going on, Nintendo? You're off your head. That I'm not going to lie, that kills me. It actually grinds my gears so hard because they have the power to do it. And for some fucked reason, they decide not to. It's crazy. Like I
would like to hear a statement. Or I wonder if they ever have put out a statement.
We should look into it. Maybe I'll look into it after the stream, or add a little something. Maybe just in the description, saying if I found anything, a link to an article or something. Because I feel like, yeah, I don't know what their reasoning was, and I actually haven't looked into it. So maybe that's a fault of my own. But honestly, I feel like Nintendo doesn't really give reasons. They just do things. And people go, why? Nintendo's very I don't know. I think they're very anti-internet. They like to keep their IPs close to their chest, and I think they like to. They're a bit Apple in that way, right? Apple kind of likes to know what's going on with all their shit. You know what I mean? They kind of try and keep it very, controlled. I think Nintendo.
Yeah, they've got their cards close to their chest.
Yeah, I think Nintendo is very much like that in the world of gaming. They don't like people fucking with their stuff. They like it very much. They like to know where everything is and what it's doing at all different times. And I know everyone, all companies like that, but I think Nintendo's just a bit they're definitely the odd one out when it comes to Sony. Obviously, Sony Nintendo.
If it wasn't for some big franchise names like Pokemon and a few like Mario, a few like classic Nintendo games, that wouldn't be doing anywhere near as well as they're doing right now.
Here's the thing. I mean, the Wii U, everyone thought Nintendo was over. The Wii U seemed like it was their last chance, and people were saying Nintendo was dead. That was it, last console, and that they were going to close shop. They were going to go the way of Sega, where Sega used to obviously make consoles, and now they make just games for all different consoles. But and kids these days might not even remember when Sega was actually they were like part of the big console battle. It was like them and Nintendo. And then nowadays it's Xbox and PlayStation.
And
you know
PlayStation,
what
I
mean? And Nintendo's really its own thing. Nintendo's always been very much about not so much how like the quality of the game when it comes to graphics or
it's definitely found a niche. It doesn't draw like super competitive people.
No, it's a very very casual. They always go for a casual market. Which I think is why they don't care about online as much. And look, I'm very much about couch, playing games side by side on the couch. I prefer that. I like being in the same room playing a game with someone. I feel like it's fun, Mario Kart side by side. That's more fun to me, than playing online. But I think in this day and age, we can't all be on the couch together, We're all growing up. We can't always be next to our friend. And the internet is there for these reasons. It gives us the ability to play with our friends online. Why not just give us the options of both? How hard could that be? But but Nintendo's very much been about innovating with consoles. With obviously like the Wii, they did very much about the what were they called, the nunchuck, and what was it called, the Wiimote. With the motion sensor, they got very much into that. They've always been kind of about that. Obviously, with the Switch, I think the Switch is an amazing console. They saved themselves. That's what I was going to say. The Wii U, everyone kind of was, all the podcasts and videos I was watching and whatnot, everyone was saying Nintendo was pretty much dead in the water. They just couldn't keep up, and unless they could come up with something super innovative, they were done for, because their games just don't keep up with Microsoft and Sony. But then they brought out the Switch, and it's just completely boosted them back up. Because the Switch is an amazing console. The fact that you can play it on TV and you can take it straight out and play it handheld anywhere. The Joy-Cons can be taken out. You can use controllers in different forms. I mean, I was playing in bed the other day, and the problem, here's the thing I've always had with handheld consoles is, and you guys might be able to sympathize in this way, but say you're playing a handheld like a Game Boy back in the day, or a DS or anything, and you play it lying down, and you got your hands up, right, kind of 90 degrees, and you're holding it up kind of above your head a little bit, right? And you're playing it, but all the blood rushes out of your hands and your arms, and you kind of get pins and needles, you need to shake it out. Did you guys ever get that? I mean, I played a lot of handhelds back in my days.
Wait, you're saying if you're on your back and you're
if you're lying on your back and you kind of, and you're playing, the blood like runs out and you get pins.
Where
and
are you
needles
holding it? Like in front of you in the air, or
like
on
kind of to your chest, and you're looking down. Like say when you like any way you look at or play saying when you're in bed lying down, you know what I mean? And you're kind of like holding up, and your arms are up a little bit, like just like your elbows are on the bed side next to your side, but your arms are up holding the console and you're playing it. My hands would always go numb. I'd have to take breaks and shake it out like constantly, and it got to a point where I'd have to just stop and shake it out for ages to let the blood go back into my arms. But the thing is, I know I played Pokemon in bed the other day. Innovation. I've never had this with a handheld console. I was able to take the Joy-Con off the console, off the handheld, and just play it with my arm outstretched on the bed, just out in front of me. And I just played Pokemon. The controller didn't have to be on the handheld. Like, think about any other handheld where you can just take the controller
like the controller didn't have to be attached to the screen.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the innovation of this control, of this console, it's Nintendo has absolutely outdone themselves, and they've got themselves a winner, and they've just completely come back stronger than ever. And they were almost dead. So big congrats to them. But, they do, there's just things about them that still are just a little bit behind, and they need to tighten that shit up. Otherwise, people are going to get a little bit sick of it. You know what I mean? They can't be charging, $30. Apparently, the new online service came out for Nintendo. It's about $30. Don't quote me on this, but someone said $30 a year for it. Seems fine.
Said that.
Yeah, and
that's what he said.
I don't. Yeah, he did, and I don't know if he fully. I mean, I guess I believe him, but even so, $30 a year when games like Mario Party don't give you the option to play the main part of it online. Like, maybe I'll just wait. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a shame. Like, I'm just annoyed about it because I can just see the potential of all the people I'd be able to verse. And it would have been a dope stream thing to have. To be able to play Mario Party on stream with viewers. Like, come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Or other streamers, the perfect collaboration game. To have fun with other streamers to play Mario Party as a little collaboration thing. And they just didn't.
There's still options though, right? Like Mario Kart does.
Yeah, but Mario Party is just that different kind. It's just Mario Party brings out a completely different vibe. It's got that real kind of competitive, fun competitive. It's a fun competitive. We'll go with that. We'll call it
fun competitive.
Fun competitive. So yeah, I just grew up playing Mario Party. I just feel like it would have been like one of those things that's like, wow, can you believe we can now finally play it online? The future is here, and yet no, they didn't give it to us. So I didn't buy it. It was an instant like, why would I buy that? So yeah, hopefully they do patch that in eventually, and we can get it. But yeah, it feels bad. But Pokemon, really great. Don't know how we got onto that. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's one of those nights. All right.
Should we?
Yeah. Should we talk?
Where do you want to go? Because I was going to say, should we head into some questions? Or
I was only going to do a bit of news quickly, but I don't know.
What's new?
What's news? Yeah, what's news? I like that. Woo, bro, that is so good. We have to get a couple of little like jingles made, like not jingles, but just some little segue music bits to go into each section. I want to do that.
Oh my God.
I've got to commission someone to do some really bad ones for us. Or maybe I'll make them myself because that's how we do. But that's what we've been playing.
Oh, Drawser is typing.
Really? Where?
In the podcast questions go here.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, look, we'll blast through some news quickly.
I'll do mine because mine's pretty short.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, I'll make mine short as well because I've rambled too much already. Okay, Ando, what's your news this week?
So Donald Faison, I think that's how I say his last name, from Scrubs, played Turk.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. This is. Mm-hmm.
So he made a tweet saying, "Dear Fortnite, I'm flattered. Though part of me thinks I should talk to a lawyer because the default dance is the dance he does in Scrubs, and he hasn't gotten."
Wait, have you got a clip of this? I need to see this.
Yeah. Do we have a photo or something of that tweet?
Yeah.
Pull that up. Oh my god. Okay, so that's good. You actually even have because I when you told me about the other day, it was kind of like I guess rumor or speculation in a way, just because there was no like tweet or anything. But there you go. That's crazy. So what we're hearing is that the default where'd you put it?
Default dance. I haven't put it anywhere yet. That was true. Default dance could possibly be getting removed because you have to get credit or money from it,
which is crazy. So here's where we get in this whole crazy world of who owns what and who deserves money for what. But a dance, if he didn't copyright that dance, is that fair game for anyone to take? What's your views on that? Can you copyright a dance? It's kind of the Orange Justice all over. You know, in a way, Fortnite has really brought out a couple of iffy kind of who owns a dance kind of
situations. That's probably always Twitter to get the screenshot, shouldn't I?
I'm watching the dance right now.
It's the OG one, and then you can see the one that if you can send me the video or if you can put it on in the podcasting so we can put it on stream, on the screen for a second. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird kind of.
It's in the Cultcast.
Okay, very good. So if anyone's wondering, this is what it is.
30 days, started around like deals.
Oh god,
40 seconds.
Okay.
How much of this dance is in Fortnite? Is it just like the little shuffly bit?
Yeah, it's like the clap and the shuffle.
Yeah,
that one.
Spider-Man and freezing full of
yeah, that's it.
You ready, Ron? I'm ready.
It's like the OG dance, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that is that's the OG dance. That is the one that came with the game. You don't have to buy.
He only just came across it now, though. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he must have. Yeah, he must have just come. Which it's so I can't imagine he would have just come across it. That seems very odd to me. It seems like maybe he's figured out that maybe he can make a big cash off it. Two things about this. One, can you copyright a dance? I just don't know if you can. I think this whole copywriting a dance thing ridiculous. I think. So many people have started dance moves. Who started the bloody sprinkler? You know, the when people do the lawnmower, the bloody grabbing the food off the store shelves dance. You know, all these stupid dances. The original shuffle, like the bloody, like it's, you know what I mean? It's like, can you copyright a dance? I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can be asking for money. I think if you start a dance, it catches on. I think you just got to roll with it and go, I started that. At least you've got proof that you started it. I think, you know what I mean? I think it's getting a bit crazy that someone might be like, oh, we should get lawyers in here because I did that first. Mate, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you moving your body in a particular fashion can really be something you can copyright.
I mean, would you say like Michael Jackson's dance moves belong to him? His iconic.
But here's the thing. But that's the thing. It's iconic. No one can take that away from Michael Jackson. People do know where this Fortnite dance is from. People do
until you talked about Turk.
But exactly.
Like,
but that's the thing. Some people might never know where Michael Jackson. As generations go on, people might not know where certain Michael Jackson dances came from. They might do. I mean, sure they will, but Michael Jackson never got royalties every time someone did a moonwalk. And people do moonwalks.
Yeah, or Thriller. You reckon? Yeah, I don't know, man.
No, you can't. Because
it is like his content, or what do you call it? Intellectual. It's not intellectual property, but it almost is. Like it's kind of that weird area where
is it the same as when you create a painting or a song or make a movie?
Dance is an art. Like
it is.
Painting is an art, and music is an art.
But it's so different. It's so hard to know. This is the ethical question behind this. can you copyright a dance? Because this happened before.
We should
on
ask a
Fortnite.
professional dancer. We should ask someone like
Oh my
studying dance
God.
at uni.
Ask Loser Fruit.
Well, she does a lot of dance. Maybe we should. Maybe I might try and chase up. I think I could know a few dances.
Do you know any dances?
Yeah. I think I might be able to hit someone up actually. Yeah.
So, after just a little bit of investigation,
Yep.
that's the tweet, the first one, but that's from March 31st.
Okay. This is ages ago.
This is
Still
old
when I
news.
flooded.
No,
this is
being
still.
brought up now.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
And then
So-
this is what he tweeted out the other day.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's.
Oh, there is no epic lawsuit, just epic dancing. Okay, so
Yes, I don't
something.
know if.
Wow, why are they so far apart? Those two tweets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So okay, so what I'm thinking maybe has happened here. By the sounds of it, it sounds like maybe he first put that. Maybe he put it out as a joke, that lawyer part, and then maybe there was a lot of speculation, and then he had to squash it because that sounds like he said there's no epic lawsuit, just epic dancing. Sounds like maybe he's squashed it and he was just memeing on it a little bit. Because bro, honestly, you can't. I mean, no dance has ever been copyrighted in the history. I don't think there ever is. If anyone knows that, if there's ever been a dance copyrighted or someone's made money off every time someone does, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone's ever done that. But this is not Fortnite's first foray into the world of getting blamed for dance snatching. Because let me throw back just maybe a couple of months ago to the Orange Justice. They threw Orange Justice into the game. Obviously, Roy Purdy claimed that he was the first person to do it. Whereas there obviously is the internet famous Orange Shirt Kid who did the Orange Justice dance. And he got, but it was after Roy, they did the whole dance, send in a dance and you might be get your dance in the game competition. What have they called that? On Fortnite, they asked people to submit a dance, and you would go into the chance to have your dance put in the game. Roy Purdy,
the thing that the Justice Kid did, pretty much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Orange Justice dance, where you flail your arms, kind of wiggle your legs, and get low and shit like that. Roy Purdy, I don't know if anyone knows who Roy Purdy is. He's a YouTuber. He does like vlogs. He raps a little bit. He's a skater. Does a whole bunch of stuff. He did that dance all the time. He claims he created that dance. Then some people are saying he didn't create that dance. He's saying he did. He got really defensive about it. People are saying the Orange Shirt Kid started the dance. And it got really heated. I think they did end up crediting Roy Purdy, but it was bad timing because Roy Purdy submitted that into the dance competition, and instead of acknowledging him, even though heaps of people voted for him to be top 10, I'm pretty sure
he was actually.
Oh, he was top 10, which is interesting because then they just put the Orange Justice dance into the game. Which was technically the dance he did, even though he got top 10. They just threw it in, even though it wasn't. They threw it in not as part of the competition, so that completely voided his chance of getting his dance in the game with his name. And they called it the Orange Justice dance, and completely just cucked him.
Isn't the description like it's also a great exercise? Which
exactly, which is what
directly quotes the Orange Kid.
Exactly, 100% from the YouTube video. So it started a whole thing of who actually. A lot of people took sides. Who started the dance? Was it Roy Purdy? Was it this guy? Or was it even someone else? So it was. I
feel like Fortnite are just like. I feel like they're just trolls, dude. They did stuff
like
to troll Ninja. Yeah. They made a Summit 1 fucking Fortnite skin to troll Ninja, and then they just put in like they take the Orange Kid side. He's a no one, but I don't know, just to annoy Purdy.
In a way, I think here's the thing. I think they know that no one can get at them for it. It's not a legal issue. I think they do some of these things to be to stay relevant in ways and to be talked about. I think they might sometimes. I don't know if I really even believe what I'm saying there, but I think in a way, I think they do things here and there to stir the pot, to keep people talking and to keep the discussion going. I wouldn't be surprised. I think if anyone don't know what we're talking about, the Ninja thing as well. Ninja's been wanting a skin, obviously, in the game, being one of the biggest players of Fortnite. He wanted his own skin in the game. He's been asking for it for a long time. All of a sudden, they put in a skin that was called the Summit skin, and it looks very much like it takes the colors of Summit 1G, the streamer, who doesn't even play the game anymore. He barely played the game. He played it a little bit when it came out, but I don't think he cares.
I think he played it as well when the skin came out. He hopped on, got the skin just to play it once, just to flex it.
And the biggest part of that was on the chest. They've covered it a little bit, but it definitely looks like there's a 1G on the chest of the outfit of the character. So obviously Ninja saw that and looked devastated. And it just looked like they really were doing it but Dr. Disrespect even played only a handful of games of Fortnite. I think he's deleted it now. But then again, that's nothing because Dr. Disrespect deletes a game every fucking day he streams. But Dr. Disrespect even got his own skin called Burnout. I know it's his skin, guaranteed, because he actually had that skin on his YouTube banner before they actually released the skin to the public. Before anyone even knew what the skin looked like, he had that skin with it folding its arms as his YouTube banner. So they actually gave him a skin, technically, with his colors before. So Ninja hasn't even got anything. Not that I care. Ninja got his own, like, kind of almost troll meme pickaxe.
I mean, he has his own emote, really.
What's that?
It's a shitty emote. It's the stealth emote. It's like a ninja character.
Yeah, but it's still not a skin. I think that's just different. I mean, but even CDN the Third got his own emote, like his own. He got the positivity. You can throw the positivity emote. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the. So I mean, all these people. So they gave Ninja like a plunger with a.
Do they have to get like some kind
CDN.
of writing from these guys, or they just put it in the game and then?
I think they just put it in the game. Yeah, because CDN
did get his own skin as well. By the way, I just remembered.
Oh, he did get something, didn't he? Was it guaranteed?
DJ Yonder. It's
yes!
The, season 6 skin, I think.
Yes! Oh my god. So they're giving everyone a skin but Ninja. So, I don't know. But the thing is, they can't get legally in trouble for... And they know people are going to talk about the fact that he's still... You know what I mean? But they know Ninja...
You think they're just like feeding the fire? You think they're just like...
I think they are a little bit. I think they know that they're keeping the game. They're keeping the news, speculation, discussion. I think a little bit. I think it's a little bit.
That would be like pretty smart on their behalf.
Well, I'm not going to say they're not smart. I think they do a lot of things right to keep that game very relevant and current. And I think they know what they're doing. I think they know how to get people talking. And they know that Ninja's not going to stop playing because it will hurt him inevitably. I think they know that Ninja needs to keep playing Fortnite to keep his views up, and if he knows what's good for him, he will keep playing if he wants to keep making money. We've seen what happens when he plays, Final Fantasy MMOs and stuff. His viewers drop like by 50,000. So they know that he's kind of at their mercy a little bit. It's kind of like they know what they're doing. So I think there's a little bit of that. I could be wrong, but I get the vibe that there's a little bit of that going on. But I think when it comes to dancers, there's no legalities. No one can. So lawyers, I mean, that's the thing. You'd be crazy to think that he could get lawyers involved. Lawyers cost a lot of money as well. Like, I think trying to fight for like, hey, give me money because there's a dance that was mine. Don't think that would ever work. Don't think it'd ever fly. I'm not a lawyer. I've never been to court. Don't know much about the justice system. I'm just speculating.
I know that it might be like almost grounds for new precedents to be set. If someone, it would be like a pretty exceptional case, but if someone could prove that it's almost like a means of income for them, and that's been infringed. Exactly,
but that's the thing. What are they taking that's taking the money away from it? Exactly. It's not. If anything, it's not, and I don't think they could prove that. When it comes to a dance, maybe if it was a dance that somehow made them money, who knows? But it really would have to, like you said, be an exceptional case.
I don't agree with the logic. I'm just saying if a precedent gets set,
and it's
the same logic as people getting banned for playing music on their streams.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
in a way, yeah, but it's one of those things, and very interesting because that's actually what my news topic's going to delve into a little bit as well. Very copyright focused podcast tonight, but yeah. So that's that. Seems like maybe we squashed that myth already that he's not suing him. But interesting that it's an interesting thought to have because they've obviously been in a way under fire for the dances a few times and not giving people credit. So, and
I mean, it
that's the
doesn't
thing.
mean that they might not remove the emote anyway, just because.
Yeah, no, that's true. And the thing is that it's more the fact as well that they're very good at not giving credit to things. They kind of they took that dance, but it's very interesting that when Fortnite first came out, they thought to take that dance from Scrubs, from that one thing, that dance. That's the one they went with. Interesting. I don't know. Someone obviously is a bit of a Scrubs fan over there at Epic, but
if you were him,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes because
okay, that's a good way to
at
do
this
it.
point, you're like, oh man, I'd be like honored. I'd feel stoked if they decided to pay homage to me in some roundabout way.
So let's do it. Let's do it this way. You're already famous. Your name's out there. You're a big deal.
Yeah. It's a different
they take your dance and you. But there's at least people going, hey, but this is hey, check this out. This is the OG dance, and everyone goes, oh, it's a Scrubs guy, cool man. But let's flip it. Let's say you're not famous. You did a dance. It's on a YouTube video. You've got like no views on it. Somehow they come across. They go, that's a funny dance. You know you're the only one that. Well, you know that you haven't seen that anywhere. You did it yourself. It's a pretty unique dance. You all of a sudden see that exact dance perfectly captured into that game. No credit towards you. You'd feel pretty hard done by that. They've just taken that and everyone starts doing your dance everywhere. Everyone's loving
and they're like,
it.
oh, it's the Fortnite dance.
Exactly.
People come onto the YouTube video and they comment,
and go,
oh, this guy does the Fortnite dance so well.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, but look when I did
fuck?
it. Look when I did it. Look at the date of the video. But they'd be like, yeah, Fortnite dance, dude, 100%. So
yeah, they're all like 11 and don't understand anyway.
Yeah,
they're just like,
don't have the concept of time. Bro, they're going to have some 11-year-olds hating on that comment, but that's all right. We respect all 11-year-olds.
11-year-olds come at me, but come at me.
Oh, shit. You're gonna get some hate mail this week. So there you go. So that is an interesting topic. Feel free in the comments to have your say on that. What do you think? Do you think dances can be copyrighted? Do you think anyone has the right to bloody hold a dance as their own? I don't know. I don't believe so, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Jolks, what's your news, man?
Man, I'm just thinking about what time it is.
No, that's fine.
We should definitely finish this segment. I just don't know if we're gonna get to question like.
That's right. No. Yeah, we'll see. We'll blast through it. I promise.
Well, it's a little bit it's not really copyright related, but it's the same sort. It's like content, not content cop, but it's sort of like content policy.
Okay.
Not specifically gaming. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan. I like what he does.
I like Joe Rogan as well. Yep.
I was talking to this Canadian comedian.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen. I think there was like a clip that got like a lot of views and stuff. So I don't know if you've seen.
I probably haven't seen. I haven't
it.
watched any of his stuff recently. So from the podcast,
I think it came out this week. He had this guy on. His name's Mike Ward, I think.
Okay.
And he was telling Joe about. So he's still fighting. I think he's still legally disputing this.
Okay.
Because this happened a little while ago, but he just came on the Joe Rogan show like last week. And he did a stand-up show so he recorded it for a special.
Okay.
But obviously when you do a special, not everything that you do that night necessarily gets onto the recorded version and then goes on to Netflix, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And there was this, and he was just doing his standard like repertoire. And one of these jokes, someone took really like hard offense to, and then decided to, basically he got tattletaled on for this joke that someone really didn't like. It ended up getting through to
2018, baby.
The human rights.
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember like their fucking names, dude. But basically like the Human Rights Association, like people that look after like actual, like they're like a government organization.
Yeah. Okay.
He's just chilling. He's got no idea about this. He's just chilling in his home in Canada somewhere, and I think he gets a letter in the mail or something. And he's like, oh, the Human Rights Association has sent me a letter. And he's like fucking thinking, because he does like a lot of like benefits and charities. He's like,
yeah,
oh,
so
shit,
he's right.
man. Like,
they're thanking me.
About time that they like noticed me out here for bloody raising money and stuff.
Okay.
He opens the letter and it's like, hi, Mike Barr, blah, 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 to this person. We've received like multiple, I don't know, complaints. There's like another word for it, but something you've infringed on human rights, reporting on this particular joke. And you now are to pay a sum. Get this, 82,000 Canadian dollars.
Damn.
I think it comes to like,
That's
that's roughly like 40,000 US dollars.
Yeah, I mean, because and Canadian dollars are pretty close to Australian dollars as well. So yeah, so you can
a fucking joke.
No.
At a stand-up routine, and he's like, "This has to be. This can't. This has to be
a joke. This has to be a joke in itself.
This has to be a joke." He calls his manager.
Yeah.
Basically tells him what's just happened.
Holy fuck.
And his manager's like, let's get a lawyer. Let's get the best lawyer we can find who like deals with a lot of these sort of like comedy, like gray area, free speech sort of like.
Yeah.
Like, because it's still a part, I think, of society where like not everyone knows how to deal with it, because a lot of like the government in places like Canada, especially like Canada, Australia, UK, are starting to crack down on like what they would term hate speech. So they find this lawyer that really kind of like specializes in that stuff, and they've appealed the decision to get like overturned. And I think he's still in legal like battles right now, almost a year and a half on.
Holy
but
shit.
his joke, not to trigger alert, like if you're easily offended.
Yeah, if you're easily offended, maybe
his joke essentially, I won't like I can't remember it verbatim, but I'll essentially tell you what it revolves around. There was a kid in Canada, a deaf kid with a terminal illness. He was like one of those sort of like Make-A-Wish Foundation type of kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that was the exact organization that was helping him out, but I'm just painting the picture.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
He
Wait,
decided.
Can we get in trouble for like saying this joke now? Is that a thing? Like repeating it?
Let's find out, dude. Let's find out.
Oh fuck! All right, we'll see, George. You take the brunt for this one.
I mean, I don't think you can get in trouble for fucking discussing it.
I'm nervous hearing he's being.
If Joe Rogan.
Good point.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The joke was though, like this kid that had terminal illness, like death, really unfortunate case, and like doctors diagnosed him, he'd be like passing away within 12 months.
Okay.
He's always wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
But he's been deaf. I don't know if he was born deaf or whatever.
Yeah.
So
is this a kid that really existed, or is this part?
Yeah. This is a kid that really existed.
Yep. Continue.
He decides to like record a song. Like some people help him like record some music. They get him like a studio and a couple professional session musicians. And he records a song. People like it. Sort of on like, this is so tough to say, but like, let's be real, kind of on merit that like, hey dude, like for what this guy's going through, this is great. Like,
okay,
hat off to him sort of thing.
Yeah.
He goes to like sing for the president. He goes to sing for like different like graduation ceremonies and stuff. And he's gone on to become quite a big deal. Like he's basically a household name in Canada now.
Really? Okay.
And it's been like 3 years or something since he's being diagnosed that he'd be dying like the first year. And basically this Mike's joke was like, I thought this kid would be dead already. Like, why are we still talking about him?
Yeah.
And
okay, yeah.
You can kind of see where that's like someone, but
was it'd be interesting to hear the delivery of the joke. I think that's the thing. It's how it's delivered and in what kind of way.
It would be. But at the same time, I don't personally think it matters, more so because the way I look at comedy is like how I look at a music genre. Like if you don't like rap, you don't have to listen to rap. No one's forcing you to go to a rap concert and get offended at the vanities and like explicits that they use and like hip hop culture and everything. If you don't like hardcore, no one's forcing you to go to a hardcore show. Like there's different. You know what I mean? Like,
no, 100%.
That's the beauty of living in a free country. Like, you have the opportunity to go and do what you want and find what you like, what's your taste, and then
And
to
comedy's
go
always
after
been
those things.
comedy's always been a little bit they say it really doesn't overly have too many limits, and they kind of say it's for comedy. Now I always struggle with that. I think there's always going to be, I mean, that's the thing. I've watched comedy shows where all of a sudden someone say a joke and everyone goes, ooh. And then the person on stage goes, you're at a comedy show, for God's sake. What did you expect? You know what I mean? And that's kind of the expectation, that if you're watching comedy, you should probably expect that you're going to hear some shit you probably won't like. I don't know where I overly stand with it. I think comedy's great. I think if comedians have to watch what they say all the time, comedy won't exist anymore. I think. Well,
comedy, I just personally think it's a slippery slope. Like, you can't start doing this because I think it'll have no end. Like, you'll be fining anyone for saying what you don't like them saying in public. I think
unfortunately that's the way we're going. I think, in my opinion, the way political correctness and everything like that is going, I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse, to the point where we're so scared to say anything, to a point where everyone then goes, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we all so worried? We don't have to, this is too, and people are going to wake up and go, okay, no, that's ridiculous, to start really working out what is not worth getting upset over. But it's just, unfortunately, the internet has caused a lot of that. And I just think the world is going crazy. That is terrifying news. That something you can say as a comedian now. If
as a comedian, dude.
If as a comedian you can get fined, $80,000+ Canadian for saying something, we're all fucked.
The interesting thing was the reason why it was, because Joe Rogan was like, that's such a weird number. Like, why 80? It was $82,000. And the reason his lawyer, he's like, it's actually a very intelligent number, because it's big enough to, or it's small enough, like, not to scare you, but it's big enough to, like, think that you would, like, want to settle it. Like, they're like, oh shit, maybe we can settle this kind of, like, outside of court. Like, I'll just pay him like $30,000 or something.
Yeah.
Because if they came up and they're just like, $2 million, you said this bad joke, dude, I didn't find it funny. They're like, no way in hell, man. I'm getting a lawyer.
But hold up. Can I just ask the one question is, so he's been ordered already to pay that money that he lost the case, or is that still in the open? They're trying to hit him for that.
No, that's been what's the word? It's been like alleged or like requested. He's like,
okay, so it's not guaranteed yet that.
Yeah, they've appealed it. He's got a lawyer and they've appealed the decision, or they've taken it to court.
Like, there's no way that shit could make it through. It's ridiculous.
I mean, bro, Canada, maybe. Who knows?
They are very polite there, and maybe that was too on the nose.
Sorry.
Mate, there you go. Holy shit! It is one of those things, and it to spin it, I guess, on in a Twitch sense. It's no different to places like Twitch and whatnot, where if you slip up and say one wrong thing, you could get your account permanently banned. I mean, Tfue saying the C word, which I don't want to say on here, but it's part of the word raccoon. He said it's basically about that he was saying the guy looked like a particular Fortnite looked like a carrot, like a raccoon or something, but he used only the second half of the word, which can be seen as a racist term for
So he was trying to like fucking claim that he was saying raccoon.
Yeah, because he said, "Get back here," and so, but he got banned for how? Ando, do you remember how long he got banned for that? It was almost like
2 weeks.
Was it 2? I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was like a month or so. He was, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All the time, bro.
It was
bro. Well, I don't know, because he said that character kind of looked like it, like because
it
he had a
mask on. But it got changed to 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. The character
if it was that like black and white one, like is it the jailbreak one or something?
No,
where it's like
honestly, it's the first Twitch Prime skin.
Yeah, whatever that is, but it was a little bit odd. I don't know where it came from. Bad choice of words, but I mean that's the thing. You can say the hard R, and kids are being, I'm pretty sure, banned for saying that. I'm pretty sure kids have been permanently banned for saying the hard R. Obviously the N-word, big no-no. And look, I agree. Don't say them. Just look. I mean, if you've been told that shit won't fly, don't say it. If apparently, obviously, if people are getting upset by those words, maybe just get them out of the vocab. Save yourself in that way. It's obviously, don't even question it. It's not worth it. Because it's just not worth it. That's my opinion. It's just not worth having those words. If it's going to ruin a career, you may as well just, there's no point being an edgelord and keeping them in there. But it's getting to the point where a word can end a career, like 100%. As a streamer, and you're living off it. If streaming fell out from under me tomorrow and I couldn't do it anymore, I wouldn't have a job and I'd be in a lot of trouble. I'm not at the point where I can just say, oh, at least I backed up some money. Like, no, fuck it, I'm in trouble. So, but one slip is a small stream. Who knows? They could just go, fuck it. This guy has said some shit. He's out.
Which would be the worst thing for the industry, because it means you're not going to have any entertaining streamers left.
But too late. But no, that's not true. I mean, at the moment. But yeah, I mean, you got to be careful who you talk about. You can't talk about.
I'm saying if it like heads in.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean but it is guaranteed. It is going to happen. You can't, like, this is only the beginning. We're only scratching the surface. Every day there's more and more SJW, news coming out that people it's getting more intense as time goes on. And yeah, people are getting affected by it. It's the same as the Me Too movement, where now, guys, people that have been in the entertainment industry or whatnot, I'm sure there's a lot of creeps in there, but they can lose their job after 30 years of doing what they love. They can be beloved by all. They can lose their job.
Oh, bro, anyone can lose their job for 30 years just from an allegation.
From a claim. Yeah, an allegation.
From an allegation.
No proof has to be shown or anything. So now, thank God that everyone now knows how to ruin someone's career just by an allegation. Don't piss
anyone off.
If you don't like them, exactly, 100%. Bro, do you know I'm actually legitimately worried? Because I've never done anything, obviously, Me Too worthy. I bloody hope someone doesn't think I have. But you know what I mean? I would hate to think one day, if I did get bigger on Twitch, that someone would come, that I fucking got on someone's nerves and they came at me and said I did something, and everyone would probably just believe it because it just is what it is. So it's one of these things that I see Twitch as show business. I see it as the same as acting or being a comedian or being an artist that performs on stage. Anything. It's an art form. It's a performance. It's show business. It's a whole bunch of stuff packed in. Twitch is not void of being out of this realm of these things. It just hasn't reached the mainstream yet. And I'm worried that it will get there eventually, and we'll have to be very careful. But I think all that sort of stuff. And I don't want to make this podcast too political. It's not going to ever be, I just think it's one of those things that is a bit of an issue. Especially when you're saying that you can get fined $82,000 for saying a joke. So, I don't know, another little thing for the viewers to have their say in the comments on the YouTube video. What do you think? Is it getting out of hand? People say,
we've already seen streamers booted off the platform for being a bit too.
100%. That's what I'm saying. It is happening. I mean, yeah, 100%. I'm saying people have been straight banned. People have had to move over to YouTube. And look, I get it. Some people say some dumb shit, and I think if they're saying dumb stuff over and over again, yeah, okay. But it's getting to the point where a simple accidental slip, and yeah, look, you shouldn't have those words in your vocab. A lot of people came from an era that some of these words were just thrown around so much, and no one really thought about the consequence behind them. So they kind of just, it's hard to just butt them out of your head. Like, I'm worried I'll one day say something stupid, and it's like, unfortunately, no one's job is safe. You could lose it any day just by saying one word, or something silly. I mean, especially being live, that is the big issue. Especially if you're live, it's so it's one of those things. And I think, obviously bringing it into the gaming and Twitch realm, it affects that as well. It's like, not just because this was a comedian, it's like this could happen to anyone. It's just that he was more on the radar of more people. But it's like, if Ninja said something like that, it could have very much happened to him. Someone could say, if he said the exact same thing as a joke, I know he wouldn't because it's just not his avenue of, but if he had said something like that, the same person could have heard it, they would have reported him for that. You know what I mean? So and he would have been in the same situation. Legitimately though, I almost would imagine Ninja makes more money than that comedian. Don't know who he is, but
easy, hands down, bro, hands down.
So Ninja would be like, all right, just fucking pay his way.
Comedians don't make that much unless they've got a special.
No, 100%. Well, I was listening to just an excerpt of one of Bill Burr's podcasts last night, and he's
another good dude.
Bro, and
another one in the podcast Hall of Fame, I'd say.
Exactly, and I worry that people start censoring stuff that he says, but all the stuff he says is very insightful and real. It might not be what you like, but it does ring true a lot of the time. But he was saying that until his late 30s, he was sleeping on a couch. People's couches. He wasn't financially set into his late 30s. And it's like, yeah, man, comedy is not easy. It's not.
It's entertainment in general.
It's hard. Exactly.
It's stable.
And you know what the thing is? It's because it's a very much a sought after industry. I mean, a lot of people want to get into it. It's the same with Twitch. It's the same. So many people want to do it. Not everyone's going to make it. You gotta show you want it more, and you gotta.
Matty, tell me you're not sleeping on the couch right now, dude.
Bro, I'm sleeping on the couch. I don't have to. I do have a bed, but I feel like if Bill Burr had to do it, then I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna do it right.
Just the authentic entertainment industry.
Exactly. I actually throw a bit of I throw some cigarette ash on there. I just kind of put some body fluid on there as well, and just make myself feel like
you don't shave.
I don't
shower once every 3 days.
Oh well, that's obvious. Wait, you shower every 3? You shower more than once every 3 days?
I'm a bath guy. I like.
Wait, are you really?
No.
Can I just say?
If I had a bathtub, I reckon I could be. But
bro, I have a bathtub. I don't think I maybe used my bath in my house once since I've been here 7 years.
I don't pay for water in my apartment though, so that's probably got something to do with it.
Wait, you don't pay for water in your apartment?
No, it's provided. I just pay for electricity.
That's pretty dope, mate. Drink up. But yeah, so there you go. So, bro,
unlimited water. Hell yeah!
Come around and you're just like, woo, water on tap, baby. Parties over here. But yeah, so that's super interesting. Not gamer related, but we spun it gamer. Not that it has to be, but definitely something that can definitely spun in the entertainment kind of industry sense. And like I said, yeah, it all comes full circle. Final piece of news from your boy. It's kind of in the same kind of vein of copyright and whatnot. But this week, Twitch's terms of service updated a little bit when it came to copyright music. I'm not going to babble on too much because I fully don't still know. I'm going to wait this out and see how it goes. I'm not going to talk on this for too long. I'll probably give myself like 2 minutes and we'll move on to some questions.
Share what has come to the surface so far.
So basically, lately a few people have been actually banned for playing licensed music. We know one of them, Chinglish. I think we talked about this on a previous podcast.
Yeah, we did a couple. Maybe the first?
Yeah, I think we did. Chinglish was banned for playing Maroon 5. A few other people banned. These are prominent streamers that were banned for playing some Juice WRLD. I think, who's that guy that says doo-doo all the time? The game doo-doo? Daquan. I think he was banned for playing Juice WRLD. And Kitty Plays, I think, was banned for playing Juice. A few people, right? Juice WRLD actually responded to that on Twitter saying like, oh shit, sorry. Like, I would have never allowed you guys to get banned for that. Obviously this is the record labels, blah, blah, blah. Record labels live in the past. It blows my mind. So, Twitch has updated this week, their terms of service. They changed the whole part where it came down to what you could play music-wise and stuff. They've updated, they made it a bit more clear. Everyone freaked the fuck out on Twitter. People were saying that you cannot play, copyright music anymore. You 3 strikes and your channel will be permanently banned. Everyone started to freak out. Everyone started to look for alternatives of what they can play on the stream, this and this and this. So what I first saw was someone apparently was in a webinar or a Twitch webinar, which had an NDA. They weren't supposed to talk about it, but this guy, Loose Lip Larry, we'll call him, went on Twitter, I guess, wanted a bit of clout. He said basically that, okay, new Twitch terms of service. It was just such a direct tweet. Where he just said something like, I should have had the excerpts, I should be better prepared, but he said like, if you play no more copyright music on streams, 3 strikes, your channel is banned. This is the end. You can't do this on stream. Blah blah blah. So everyone started freaking out on this tweet thread. Everyone went crazy. Then someone else who was in the Twitch webinar. I didn't even know about these webinars. I don't know how the fuck you get amongst them. Who they choose, who they invite. I really don't get it, but apparently it's a thing. Someone else that was in the webinar said, "Hey, you just broke NDA. That's definitely, you can get in a lot of shit for that." But he said, because you're spreading lies, I'm gonna have to break NDA as well. And he said that's not what they said. They just reworded their terms of service when it comes to that to kind of make it a bit more clear. Apparently, you could always get banned on Twitch, or 24-hour ban for playing copyright music. Apparently, that's nothing new. Apparently, it's always been a thing. I actually was surprised. I didn't realize you could until only maybe a month or so ago, when we started seeing big channels being taken down for playing copyright music. Ninja the other day was drunk as fuck, from what I can tell on stream, when he was playing his Final Fantasy MMO for like 15,000 people. He was singing some old school, very very copyright, very licensed pop punk songs that everyone knows and loves. He was singing along to them. They'll blast him. Ninja didn't get pulled down, didn't get DMCA takedown or anything like that. So it goes to show that it's not like if you play a copyright song, you're going to get absolutely, if anyone's got like people probably watching him under a microscope, it's Ninja, being one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now. But obviously the whole thing is every time your stream gets flagged for listening to a licensed piece of music, the only repercussion really so far that we all knew about was that your VOD will be muted. Not even in whole. Your VOD will be muted in the part where the song plays. A little bit before the song, a little bit after, just to make sure it covers the song. I barely get my VODs muted. I guess the music I listen to isn't overly mainstream. It's still on Spotify, but just doesn't seem to get picked up on. I guess it's also, I don't have it really loud. I'm always talking over the top of it.
Yeah, I think volume balance is definitely got a lot
volume
to do with it.
and talking over it constantly. And I don't fucking shut up on my stream, so it doesn't give, I guess, the chance for the song to be heard. But I know whenever it gets, the chances that it ever gets muted are maybe at the start of the stream, because I blast in the song before I say anything, at the end of the stream where I turn it up and leave, and then sometimes when I take a break. Those are usually the only times that the song will get picked up on. But anyway, so everyone started to freak out, everyone's looking for alternatives. All I'm going to say is, and I'm not trying to say going against terms of service or blah, 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 but I wouldn't worry too much just yet. For all the people freaking out, I know there's a few out there that have been, kind of like, holy shit. Don't freak out yet. I would say, I think it's business as usual from what I've heard. Basically, everyone's always been subject to a DMC takedown. From what I can tell, the only way you can get a DMC takedown is if the actual record, the record label actually directly sees your shit, or is alerted of it, and they go after you directly. I don't think it can just be if like the bloody bot listens to your shit and picks up on it. I don't think that's so. That's what I've heard. It might not be true.
That's interesting, because that definitely feels like it's more reassuring.
Yeah, because of some of the biggest streamers.
Like it's less likely. Yeah.
But then it's like, but surely the bloody Maroon 5 record label wasn't listening to or wasn't watching Chinglish's stream. So it's like, did someone out him? Did someone, how? So it's interesting how
it only takes one person from the company,
and it only takes one disgruntled viewer to try and get them in trouble. So I don't know. It's like, it's very, the thing about this that I'm not sure about is that we don't really have clear cut kind of answers on how it gets detected. I guess we shouldn't have to know. We should just be following the rules, I guess. But I guess for me, I'm not going to worry about it until I start seeing lots of small streams being pulled down for it. I think music makes a stream feel more like someone's... It really adds to the persona of that person and what that stream's about. Music is very important. It brings the hype. It sets the mood. It sets the tone. The thing I've always kind of been very confused about with this whole record label trying to pull music from stuff like this, I get it in certain ways, but on streams... I get it. It's intellectual property, but I don't know a single person who's ever heard a song before and gone, I love this song. This is the best song I've ever heard. Now I've heard it. I don't have to listen to it ever again because I've heard it once. I'm happy. If you love a song, what are you going to do? You're going to put that shit on repeat. You're going to search it. You're going to say, the amount of times I have it almost daily basis where someone says, hey, what's the title of this song? What is this song? What's your playlist? And I direct them to it, and they go and listen to it on Spotify. That way, the Spotify, they're listening to it. They're giving that song listens. That means the artist gets paid more and more. Without me promoting that song on my stream, they would have never found that song. And that artist would have gone less sense, because let's be real, every time they listen to it, they're not getting that much. But it just is one of those things. It's like, how do they think it's actually hurting them? If someone doesn't like your song, they weren't going to listen to it in the first place. You know what I mean? I don't get how they feel like they're missing out.
That logic's always baffled me too.
Yeah, I get it with movies. If someone's to play a movie on a stream, someone's going to watch that and go, all right, well, now I don't need to watch that movie because I've seen it. I don't. Here's the thing that blows my mind. How the fuck did we get to a point where we can stream full-length games, story-based games, and not have that as copyright? How the hell are we lucky enough that the world didn't go crazy and not let us stream full-priced new release? Like, you know what I mean? Isn't that not mind-blowing?
Yeah.
Think about it. Games. It's
different
with
to
stories.
a movie though, because it's the interaction that changes. Having like first-person interaction.
Yes and no. I'm pretty sure there was a game called That Dragon Cancer. Don't know if you heard of it. It's called That Dragon Cancer. It's a game that was made by an indie developer. I think it was just made by one guy, and it's basically about it's this guy's true story. Talking about how his son essentially had cancer. I think he passed away. So this dad made this game basically as more of a metaphorical representation of the thoughts and feelings that he went through as his child went through cancer. Pretty traumatic. I never played it, but from what I can gather, the guy that made it said that the sales. Look, I could be wrong about it. I swear I heard this something. He said that the sales for his game were ruined because of people streaming his game. And he couldn't do anything. That
sounds like a very individual scenario, though.
Yeah, 100%. But at the same time, there are games out there. Look, I'm on the let's stream games side of things. I'm not fighting for, but I'm trying. I guess I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit. But there are games that are very story driven and spoiler heavy, and some people might go, well, I don't need to. I just play games for the stories. I don't need to buy it anymore. I've seen what happens. And I can I'm surprised Nintendo, the way they are, let people stream their games at all. Because Nintendo is notorious for being like, don't steal our game, don't look at it. And I get it, you shouldn't steal a game. But you know what I mean? Like, they're very heavy-handed on stuff like that. I don't really get how somehow music is being so heavily still taken down on things like that and attacked, but gaming isn't. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
I honestly think it's just because of luxury of no competition, but I feel like what will bring change is once streamers. I don't think they feel threatened right now. I don't think like record companies feel threatened. Well, what would change their mind is non-signed independent artists pushing their music to bigger streamers and then getting exposure and then growing and getting sales from that. And once like the companies see that and they're like, oh shit, no one's like listening to our music on their stream anymore or licensing it or anything like that. I think they'll change their tune real quick once they see it. I think that once I see a few success stories who they do a couple of interviews on YouTube stuff or little documentaries about these artists that have blown up out of nothing. Because, a lot of artists are blowing up from the internet. I mean, think about Post Malone when he put out White Iverson. He blew up from putting that song and music video out. Just kind of like, all right, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Woke up the next day. He's an internet music sensation. Rich Chigga as well. Exact same.
Yeah,
thing.
Exactly. Or Rich Brian, as he's now known.
Rich Brian, the more politically correct.
Rich boy. But
Rich Brian.
That's so funny. But
same with Joji as well. All those guys, they kind of all run together, but they're
100%. And I think there's going to be more and more of those people that are starting to blow up. Or from being promoted through the internet. And I think as success stories come out of people going, I shared my music with streamers and people start playing it on their shows on YouTube, stuff like that. I don't know. I think if once the internet starts really pushing that a bit more, I think record labels are going to listen up. Could we perhaps say that record labels eventually may be phased out? Do you reckon that's a thing? Because the internet, all these I
think they will in certain functions, but I think they still have like
a purpose,
a role to fill.
But do you believe
terms of, like management,
like
analytics, strategizing, like
I just know so many artists that are coming out now and they're not they're not under record labels, and
like DIY artists.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy, Oliver Francis, he's blowing up. He puts his shit out, on Spotify and SoundCloud and all this, and he's crushing it. But a lot of most of his views and listens come through YouTube. And at the moment, I think at the size he's at, he's happy he doesn't care about the money. He just is. Well, I'm sure he does, but I think he knows that the YouTube views are what gets him money as well. Views on his music videos and this and this and this. But he's putting all his own stuff out. I don't think he's under any record label. I just think. I don't know. I think over time, I think the way TV's going as well, that the internet is starting to dominate, and I think people think about it, YouTube starting to dominate over TV. A lot of the younger generation is starting to choose YouTube over watching TV at night because they rather watch their generation. They rather watch people that are making their own content. People like DIY content is becoming the more sought after content. Is this going to happen with music as well, where DIY music, where people are making their own stuff and putting it out themselves because they can now? They don't have to go through a record label necessarily to blow up. Is there a chance that I think maybe that shit will phase out? I guess time will tell, but the internet is starting to change the game for a lot of things, and it may potentially be a point where individual artists can say whether or not they care if someone plays their music on things or not. It could get even worse. It could get even more confusing because then some artists might be money hungry and say, well, shit, they might go after individual streamers and say, well, you play my music without asking. I don't need a record label. Now I can just suss out anyone that's used. I can Google to see if anyone's used my music, maybe see if they're using it, pinpoint that person.
I feel like everyone's still gotta ask though.
Exactly.
I think things will get played on a like permission by permission basis, and you need to like have those all things.
Yeah, but that's the thing on bringing it full circle on Twitch. It's like if people are playing all their music, should we really not? Should we feel bad about it? I just don't feel bad about playing the music because I feel like so many people ask me on a daily basis, who's this artist? Who's this artist? And then they're getting out there. And, there's so many artists I wouldn't know.
I don't think we should feel bad for it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying,
so it's one of those things.
For solution's sake, but
it's interesting to see where this will go because I feel like 2018 almost I felt like we'll pass that, but now it's almost the record label thing is coming back. It feels like the days of Napster and LimeWire and all that where people was going to get sued for certain things. I hope it doesn't get to that point where instead of just doing a DMC takedown, it's hopefully not going to get to the point where they start making examples of people again, because that's always the kind of worry, I guess. But anyway, that's the news for the week, baby. Oh, feels good. We've been going for quite some time. This is a long one tonight. I apologize to everyone listening. We're going to tighten it up. We haven't this week. Next week we'll tighten it up. Let's answer a couple of motherfucking questions before we go. Because I feel like if we don't, people are going to be like, hey, you said, you asked for questions. We gave you questions. And now you haven't answered any. Should we just pick a couple each and just answer them? What do you guys reckon?
I was thinking start from the top because there's people that have been asking shit since.
Okay, let's try.
I mean, I don't know. It depends how you want to.
I agree. Maybe this week we'll kind of blast through it. Look, this podcast this week is going to be a little bit lengthy.
The other thing, I mean, we could just do an AMA podcast as well and then read them all at once.
I don't know. No, I like having like a bit of interaction with the community at the end of the stream. I think that's the thing. That
weekly deal.
I think weekly because I think that's going to bring people back to see how we answer their questions and to give them a bit of shout out. I think it's important. What do you guys reckon out there? Yeah, man, we love it. Okay, yeah, they've given the answer. All right, so quickly, obviously, same way says why you like hair so much. I don't. It's obviously just convenient not to have to cut it, to be honest, because I'm lazy and I don't have a real job. So that's that answer.
We should, dude, there's so much crap. We should just purge anything that's not fucking
We should. Okay.
I agree.
Fuck, man.
With this whole
what's 1 + 1? All right.
Oh, my God. And,
hey, dude, I know, like, maths is hard and it's a bit of a struggle for you sometimes, but...
it's real.
Yikers.
Time and place. We'll just get rid of that.
But look, look,
Arsenal question. God
maybe
damn.
what we'll do each week, we won't purge, but maybe what I'll do before I start the podcast each week, maybe what I'll do is I'll just write down, like, I will save the best ones. I won't maybe purge the shit ones because I don't want people to feel bad. I'll just take the best.
I'm not
of the
purging
best.
shit questions. I'm just purging ones that aren't questions.
No,
Mine
I agree.
was a question.
I
What do
agree.
you
So,
mean?
but I'll just take the ones that will be
Okay.
interesting because obviously I don't want to take the ones that aren't going to be interesting for listeners' sake.
And questions have question marks at the end of it.
Boo.
Okay, anyway.
Wow.
Ando, I don't know why you're asking questions to your own podcast, but you can answer that one.
Musty. He's got a
uh,
question for
oh,
you. You
God.
said
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
below
did you just fucking confuse me? You just deleted that.
I didn't delete shit.
No,
it was
I
details.
deleted his.
Oh
1
my
plus
god,
1.
bro! I was searching for where I was up to, going off where the 1+1 is. I got so confused. Okay, he says, how'd you start streaming? Q&A. I like that. Look, I hope it's not always the questions aren't aimed at me, obviously, because I asked a lot of people to prompt them on my stream. I was hoping that'd be reflected, aimed at all of us. But I don't mind answering, ones that are aimed at individual, members of the Cactus Cult podcast. But long and short of it, I had watched a couple of streamers for quite a while before I got on Twitch, and basically how a lot of people got into streaming. I got a PS4 and I had the streaming app on it, and it just made it very accessible for someone who like me who had thought about it for quite some time. I just booted it up, and me and my friend, good mate Tim, shouts to good mate Tim. I don't think he listens, but we played a bit of what was that game? The PT. That scary game. We played a bit of Call of Duty and stuff. And yeah, I kind of just got into that. I bought a little camera for my PlayStation. Even, those PlayStation cameras you can get. Bought a dedicated PlayStation camera. And I really started to get the itch for streaming. So I moved over to trying to make it work on my Mac, which wasn't very easy. And then, and through generosity of the stream, pushing it on my Mac for a while, I was able to make a bit of money and, buy a PC. Obviously, also Tay, shout out to my beautiful wife. She actually had a bit of cash back then, that she actually lent me to get this PC, and it was all paid back, a couple of months later because streaming so far has worked out enough. And so, yeah, and that's kind of the journey. So, if anyone ever thinks that,
Feels good.
if anyone out there ever thinks they don't have what it takes, equipment wise to start streaming, it is easier even now than when I started. And I had a PS4 that could do it. You can stream off your phone. You can stream off anything these days. So, no excuses. If you ever think about it, you don't need your stream to be perfect when you start. Just start. Get it. You'll learn what you need as you go. But yeah,
Quick side question to that.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone that you still speak to, or do you have anyone that you even just remember from your PS4 streaming days?
No.
Streaming days?
Tim, who streamed with me at the time, he's the only person that will come by every now and then. No, bro, that's the crazy thing about Twitch. It's the viewers rotate so often. No one from the PS4 days. No, it wouldn't have been. No, 100%, because PS4 days, I'm pretty sure, was Grimtime. My Grimtime channel, which is now sad doozey AP. So yeah, no, it wasn't MattyAP. I streamed on Grimtime for a while there, and then when I started doing it on my Mac, I did Grimtime for a hot minute, and then I thought, nah, Grimtime is too, I didn't like it. You couldn't change your name back then on Twitch. So I made a new channel, and I wanted to be a bit more relatable and me. So I just called it MattyAP, which is actually my name. The AP is my... Actually, I think someone asked that question. AP is just my middle and last name's initials, if anyone's ever wondering. So that's the thing. I actually did stream a little bit before Twitch as well. If anyone remembers Periscope, I did do that. I did Periscope, which is owned by Twitch. It's a live streaming app on your phone. I did that actually when I went to America. And I started doing it, live streaming a little bit of my trip. And when I would go back to the hotel, I'd do it. And it actually started going real well. I was one of the first people to get on it. And I felt like it actually felt like that kind of blew up a little bit. And that was where I first really got the itch for live streaming.
Oh, I remember that. That was where... Was that where you crashed your drone?
Yeah. So
yeah.
I came back to Australia, and for some reason the app wouldn't work properly anymore. The whole way the app worked, and I don't get how this is sensible in any way, but the app Periscope, I don't know if they've changed this, but when it came out, whenever you go live, it would actually pinpoint your location on a map and tell people where you are. The fuck? What a stupid... This was only a few years ago. But it would tell you it'd tell everyone exactly where you are. So I'm surprised no one was being shot, to be honest. But basically how you'd find people live streaming is you'd look on the map, you see a bunch of little pins on the world map, and you could go click on any of them to see people around the world streaming in any different location. Of course, I'm looking in places like Iraq and shit to see if there's people streaming in some weird different places that there was places where there was just no streaming because obviously it was illegal there or they couldn't. But I'd look for some different kind of locations that I just have never been to. I never imagined going to. It was super interesting being able to find these different places around the world. You can understand a lot of people because they're different in different languages. But I found it really interesting. But when I came back to Australia, for some reason, the app didn't put me on the map anymore. The location didn't work. I tried to hit tech support up about 100 times. I tried to do a whole bunch of things because it was working. Like I was getting hell of views on this fucking app, and I felt like it was actually going to get me somewhere at the time. It was getting me a bit of exposure for other things, and I was excited. Came back, and all my exposure died off because I couldn't get put on the map. Felt bad. And depending on where I was, it sometimes worked.
Damn, cucked by location.
Exactly, cucked by Australia once again. But I started finding a place where I couldn't. That's the thing. Down the road from my house, I could get location. So I'd start my stream down the house and run back to my house. So I could do it at my house just to get location. Because if I started the stream at my house, the location wouldn't come up on the map. So I had to go down like 500 meters down the road, start the stream, start walking back to my house, go inside, stream from my desk. It was ridiculous. So anyway, I had a drone back. I had a DJI Phantom drone, Phantom 2 back in the day. Had a gimbal, had everything, right? But I thought it was a good idea to strap my phone to the front of this drone and fly it above a lake. And live stream it. So I did these drone streams. Always was fine. I'd had this drone for like over a year. I flew it all the time. I knew how it worked. All this, I knew how long I had battery wise. Anyway, I was flying over the lake, and a couple of guys came in without filming it on their phones because they were like, "Oh, cool, man, like drone and all that." While I was doing the live stream, apparently we had over 100 viewers watching it because my sister was in the stream. She screenshotted the number for me, so it was very high. People got their kicks out of it. Anyway, I brought it back down and I looked at the chat. Everyone was going more, and the light on the drone was still green. So I thought, I've got more time. So I flew it back over the lake a little bit, and as I flew it out, it went back to red. And I thought, oh fuck, I better bring it back. Whenever it went red, the battery went red on the drone. It meant you had about 5 minutes still of battery, but I never took chances. I just thought, bring it back, save water. As I brought it back, it instantly was losing power. Every time I moved it forward, the drone would drop more and more, and I couldn't keep it level.
Ooh.
And then when I stopped, I put my finger on the stick to make it go up, and it just hovered in spot. I couldn't get it to go any higher. And if I took my finger off the stick, it would just drop, usually where it would hover in place. But every time I tried to move it forward towards the shore, it dropped lower to the water to the point where I just couldn't hold it anymore. It lost battery. It just dropped in the water. It was definitely a malfunction. I know a lot of people are probably like, Matt, you suck. But if you watch the footage, there's actually footage of it. Because the guys behind me,
dig that up for the next podcast.
We should. I've actually showed it on stream before, and it is hard to see, but you can see it. It was definitely like a fuck, because you can see where before I flew it back out, the battery was green, and it doesn't lose battery that quick. And I flown it a lot. I knew how much, But yeah, unfortunately, it lost battery. Something went wrong with the power, and it dropped straight in the water. So I had, because it wasn't just the drone. The drone was kitted out. It had full gimbal, which obviously comes with drones now, but back in the day it didn't. So it was a full thing I had paid to get installed on it. It had video transmitter links. It had a whole bunch of stuff. It was very decked out. The drone itself was probably worth about $3,000. I had a fucking iPhone 6 on it, worth probably fucking close to $1,000 at the time. You know all that shit. All in the water, so I lost about probably like $3,500. Let's just round that to about there. $3,500 worth of kit that day, and I never got it back. Feels bad. Actually, the guy that's filming it, he because he was a local, so was I, but he actually went and got his kayak and started swishing around the lake he actually had a fishing rod, and he was trying to fish it out. But he just couldn't get it. He just couldn't find it. It was lost. So it was such a murky lake. So it feels bad, man. So that was like the early days of my streaming career, and here I am. No drones.
Good thing it didn't leave you too emotionally scarred.
It was definitely one of those things I laughed off at first because I'm like, I can't believe that just happened. And then I went back home with just a controller and no drone, and I was kind of looking at my controller thinking, oh my god, like I've literally just lost so much money. It's a surreal feeling, but it's not the first time that happened. I had like $20,000 worth of camera gear stolen from my car. couple of years before that, so I'm no stranger to having shit, definitely money down the drain. That was also not as much my fault as you think. You're probably like, don't leave that much money of gear in the car. I turned my back legit for like a couple of minutes and it was gone. It happened so quick. So anyway, it is crazy, bro. And it's surreal. That as well then, when that happened, I just thought, you know what? This is fine. I'll get it back. The cops will help me. I never got it back. So, yikes.
The cops will just pull you over for driving in the right-hand lane instead.
Oh, my God. Let's not go down there. What's yikes. Let's not bring that one up. Go back and listen to episode 2 of the podcast. I think.
Little reference. Yeah, shout out to episode 2.
Shout out to the episode 2, my least favorite episode so far, because we ranted that episode. We were angry about everything in that episode. Salty Lemon says, favorite YouTube channel. That's easy for me. Drew Gooden. Look him up. He does a lot of kind of...
Really? Drew Gooden is your favorite?
Oh, bro, 100%. I love Drew. Love him.
I like Drew, but...
Bro, hilarious. I think I like... He's very... I think he's very natural when it comes to comedy. I think it comes very easy. He's got the right mannerisms, he's got the right vibe. His shit makes me actually LOL. 100% laugh out loud. Not much actually does that. And I think he's always got a lot of insightful stuff to say. But yeah, I think he's the way he goes about roasting people or talking about drama or whatnot. It always, he does it in such an innocent and fun way that makes me just laugh throughout the whole thing. Guaranteed. I'm always a big smile. The one gripe with him is that it takes him a while to bring out videos usually. So you usually have to wait for a while. I would have said maybe Casey Neistat back in the day. A lot of people kind of go, oh, Casey. But I really respect Casey's vlog a day hustle. That shit. After doing a couple of very shitty vlogs, not daily, I don't even know how the fuck it's human, but really enjoy it. So yeah, that's kind of my...
appreciate the hustle and not particularly. I don't particularly like him, but I'm like, damn, dude, pushing out a vlog a day.
I actually really enjoy his content. I actually do enjoy Casey's. I don't have any problems with him, but I can see why maybe other people kind of think maybe he's a bit... I don't know. I mean, just some people have a problem with
I just think he's like milking YouTube. I think he's like a people pleaser, but he's a YouTube pleaser, if that makes sense.
Why not? I mean, if it's making you money, it's his job. You're not gonna. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it's just not for me.
I think at the same time, he very much says he doesn't pander to an audience, and I do believe it. I think he still does what he wants. I think it's good to be true to yourself when it comes to stuff like that. People see through fakeness pretty easily. I think he's pretty true to himself, but I think if anything, he definitely holds back on a bit of his true self in a way like. You can see on maybe some other videos that isn't on his channel where it's someone else kind of talking to him on their channel and he maybe isn't as polite or friendly as he's on his own shit. But hey, that's human. You're always going to put on a bit of an act for your or a bit of a persona for your own stuff. Are you acting
for me right now, Matty? Is that what's going on?
You know what, baby? As soon as camera goes off, I become my true form, which is really mean and nasty. Oh, you know it. Actually, one more is what I've started listening to. Actually, look up a guy called Prim Ink. Prim Ink. He's who? Prim Ink. It's PRIMINK. The guy's got the most soft, delicate, beautiful voice, but he absolutely roasts people. I love it.
One more time. Spell it one more time.
It is PRIMINK. Prim Ink.
Oh, INK.
Yeah, INK. Prim Ink. Yeah, and he shit makes me laugh, man. It's hilarious. Tay loves him as well. He's very new, and he's been getting like thousands of subs daily, from what I can gather. He's blown up real quick. He's not been in the game that too long, I'm pretty sure. So definitely one to keep an eye out for. I think he's going to be one that's going to be a bit of a household name before you know it. Sidros, how about yourself?
Mine. I've liked him for a long time though, and I'd still have to put him at number one, hands down.
I know you're gonna say,
the MattyAP.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh, he took it back. You
didn't see that coming.
Oh yikes! I actually didn't see that. I didn't see the meme coming.
I memed you a little bit there.
You did that. I'll allow it.
Because you thought you knew where I was going. I was going to say Cody Co. You're right.
100%. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Cody Co, man. I think his content's hilarious. I think he makes fun of the right things. And yeah, I think he just has a really clever way of talking about stuff that everyone thinks about but doesn't really express.
Almost like what a good comedian would do.
Yeah. Well, I think he is a good comedian.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So Cody Co is definitely up there for me. And a couple others. can just rattle off some ones I've been recently more
Okay.
watching. Isaac Butterfield.
Oh, Butterfield, yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. I like his content.
He's,
Yeah,
he's got a Sydney show coming up. I wouldn't mind going.
Really? Okay.
down,
Right,
yeah.
I didn't know he was. Is he actually? Does he do straight comedy? Does he?
Yeah,
I
he
thought-
does stand-up shows. Yeah.
I can imagine it. He's definitely got that vibe.
So him, those two, they're probably the two main ones. I mean, I watch
Yeah.
bits and pieces of other YouTubers, but not like
those
as
are
regularly.
kind of mains. I feel ya.
Yeah.
Ando, you got any faves? Anyone anyone should be listening out for?
Yeah, well, my all-time favorite might be a shock to you guys, and I'm gonna have to link it to you. 'Cause you won't know.
PewDiePie.
No, it's Primitive Technology.
Oh, what
I'm
the
not
fuck?
sure if you guys
That's
have ever
random.
heard of that.
No.
Who?
Little idea of what they're all about.
Making shit, like going out into the wild and making
What the
shit.
fuck?
I have
So-
seen these.
That looks like the Firewatch logo, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure it's not, but no Firewatch.
Bro, these are
again?
awesome videos. Maddie, if you haven't seen one of these.
So good.
Really?
Yeah.
Whenever
no,
there's a
maybe
new
not.
one, I just watch it. Like
Oh no, I don't know
I've
the
watched-
Firewatch logo at all.
I watched every single one.
Yeah, okay, I can see what I was thinking. There you go. All right, I have to suss them out. Good recommendation. I'll definitely suss it.
Dude,
I'm
it's
interested.
it's so soothing to watch as well. Just to
Alright, bro, I
watch stuff
love-
from nothing, just to
Yeah.
get to where he's at.
Okay, cool shit. I'm in.
And then another one's just Top Kick.
Okay,
What's
what
Top
kind of,
Kick?
Just Twitch moments. Like he uploads Twitch
Ah.
fails, Twitch funny moments, compilation shit
okay.
like that.
So I might give that one a hard miss, but that's all right. That sounds good.
What do you mean?
It's
Well,
the-
I've never been a fan of like channels that literally just take highlight reels and then post it as their shit to make revenue. So
unless they put
This
their
is
own unless they put their own kind of spin on it and
well,
give their own-
commentary. Yeah, I think commentary is
yeah.
different, but literally just
100%.
Oh
uploading.
no, this guy just takes like scare. Like if something happens, he doesn't take it. It gets sent to him, and he just puts it in like a
Yeah.
compilation.
Okay. Well, whatever
Yeah,
does
that's
it.
also
exactly
like-
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like he takes it himself, but yeah.
Okay, I feel ya. Well, as long as he's making that sweet cheddar, which I'm sure he is. Mustafa said, "How do you keep that beard looking slick?" I don't do anything to it. I legitimately just don't. Beard
No
oils.
beard oils?
Don't
You haven't
don't
thought of
believe
beard
it.
oils?
I tried it once and I just didn't like the feel of it. I just don't feel like I need it. I feel like it's a bit of a scam, to be honest. You put oils in your hair, and I condition it once every moon. I wash it every now and with a bit of Head and Shoulders, but most of the time it's literally a bar of soap. Not even joking. And then I just blow dry and comb it after I get a shower. Easy as that, baby.
Bro,
People said, "What's your favorite kind of nut?" Mine's peanut, but let's skip that one.
Wait, I want to answer. I want to answer
Oh
that.
my god, we're never gonna get through these.
Hands down, my favorite nut is pistachio, dude. Give me
Okay.
a bag of pistachios. I'm a
You got
happy.
ham on the stachios, okay?
Dude, I
like
love
it.
pistachios.
Okay, I feel ya. Ando, you got a favorite nut? Oh, I know what
Not a
Ando's
fan.
favorite nut is, baby. I know what Ando's favorite nut is.
Fortnite.
Oh wow.
Oh shit, okay, I had something way more sexual lined up for that, but we'll go with the innocent option.
Nah, just not
see-
a fan of nuts. Don't like them.
I feel ya. Hey, they're not for everyone.
Come on, dude.
Um,
Don't be too insecure in your heterosexualism
I
to
just-
answer this question.
Oh my god.
Just
Literally,
answer. What's your
just-
favorite nut, dude?
Ando
Don't
is
have a favorite.
Ando is to nuts
don't
what
eat
I
them.
Ando is to nuts, or nuts are to Ando what white sauce is to me. I
Okay,
can't.
dude.
I,
What's your
well,
favorite
I'm
white
just-
sauce, Maddie?
Can't do it. I can't eat white sauce, and it isn't overtly. I don't think a sexual thing. I think it is because I just something about it. I don't like the taste of it. But it might be sexual. Okay, Mustafa says, "See, Joels, when we play League of Legends with me."
Ooh. Bro, today would have been a perfect day. BDO servers are down.
Oh,
No,
my
I'm down for
That's
whenever.
intense.
I would actually, I'd play a game
Ah.
whenever, man.
Okay,
I'm
there you
chill.
go. All right. Mustafa also says, "Do you eat booty?" I actually never have. I mean, I don't. Not the booty hole.
Would you? How about would you eat the booty?
I don't think
Eat
so.
the
Do I?
booty like the groceries.
Nah, I can't do it.
Depends.
I fucking can't. I can't do it. Can't do it. No. No
I
booty
can't
hole
say
for
I
me.
could either. So
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's like you may as well get around to your local sewage plant to start licking the fucking turd water. It's just not going to happen. I don't care. I don't care how
I know
like.
they're exactly the same, but yeah, sure.
I don't
I
care.
wouldn't do it.
I don't care how cleansed, douched, and bleached your butthole is. My tongue's not getting anywhere near that.
Hold up.
And
What about? Does it depend on the person though? Because
oh,
like,
100%. What the fuck's wrong with you?
no,
Of
I mean,
course it does.
for the right person, would you eat the? Oh, this might be more of a hypothetical for Ando,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
for the right person, I think like, man,
Yeah, because I'm already
Kendall
with the right
Jenner,
person.
it would be hard to say no. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude.
Oh my god,
would you
Monke
not?
S.
Would you really not?
This is some TOS podcast talk. Yeah,
I
Thanks,
already
Rusty,
said
for
depends.
asking that question.
that's.
What'd you say, Ando?
I already said depends. So
Okay, so we'll take that as a yes. All right, thank you for the question, Mustafa. Bilfred says, okay, cap a question. He says, have you ever muted your mic before? Many times.
Never.
Many times. Never. Yeah, never. What do you mean? Okay. Rod says, do you have any suggestions to add more flavor to instant noodles? Just add more satchels. Just buy more.
Sriracha, dude. Sriracha sauce.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
You don't like spicy stuff though, hey?
I don't mind it. It's starting to grow on me.
Oh, really? Have you had sriracha?
No, I don't. I haven't.
I
No.
have. Add soy
Yeah,
sauce. A lot of soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, soy sauce to instant noodles. Ooh.
Wait, are
Oh
we
my
talking about the
God.
Maggie instant noodles?
Yeah,
or are we
we're
talking about like me
We're talking
goring?
about, nah, we'll probably eat it raw. Both are instant. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's talking about Migori. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Alright,
for
next-
me goring, yeah, definitely sriracha, man. Fuck,
All
that
right.
sounds
Next
so good.
next question we'll probably skip. And he said,
Maddie's trying to like.
we have to. Mustafa says, and how frequently do you
6-hour
nut? We're not
podcast.
answering that shit. It's November. Musty also Mustafa asked always, when are you getting a haircut? Hopefully soon. I'm actually
Tomorrow,
curious.
probably.
I'm actually curious when Seajaws will get a haircut. Seajaws got very long, luscious hair. Is that in the
I
pipeline or
thought
not?
about it. I thought about it for summer.
Yeah, it broke. Long hair is such, especially in summer, dude. It's a hassle. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta wash that
I'm
shit
open to
more often
suggestion.
as well, bro. I want to go short, man. But
You do too?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's just convenient.
Maybe
man.
we should go short together. That'd be
Maybe we
cute.
should hold hands and go short together. I'd be down.
Get a buzz cut. You wouldn't.
Oh, I
Do
wouldn't. Yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't.
Buzz
yeah.
cut.
Oh,
Nah.
buzz cut, no.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Not for me,
Not
bro.
not for me, nah.
For some
Um,
reason, tall people like look really weird with buzz cuts. I don't know what it is, but like,
Bro, I think anyone
I,
looks.
I would look like the Slender Man with a buzz cut. That's just,
That's
you know what
true.
I mean? Like, fucking,
Yeah.
it doesn't work for tall people.
Yeah, I don't. I know for a fact I won't look good with it. Sang, my boy Sang says, if you got stranded on an island with no way to communicate with the outside world, what one item would you bring with you? Ooh, but it can't be. There's no point having something like a phone because you can't communicate with the outside world with it. So, I mean, does that mean we can't get new content? I mean,
Wait.
he says if you travel to another country.
Okay.
Well, no,
yeah,
that's
so
no.
a phone
If you
wouldn't
stranded,
help you.
yeah, he said if you got stranded on an island with no way to communicate with the outside world, what one item would you bring with
Okay.
you? Flashlight.
I'd say a knife,
Is
probably.
that your final answer, Matty?
Well, unfortunately, Tay's not an item, so
Hey, can I bring a
can't-
bow?
can't do
Is
it.
that cheating? If
Oh no,
bring
you
a
win.
bow?
No, okay. I think C. Joss has just completely broken
Yeah.
that one.
200
Yeah.
IQ.
I'm
by
going
the
to
way.
boat. Yeah, I'm going to boat as well. All right, good question. If you same way says if you traveled to another country, what was your favorite part, food to eat, and best experience over there? Ooh, well, I've only ever traveled to America. I've talked about it to no end on my stream, but favorite part, I loved New York. New York was amazing. But honestly, going to Disneyland and Disney World, my God, I'm a big theme park fan, so that shit just was a dream come true for me. Dream come true. But just the being in a different place, being in a different culture, knowing that you're so on the other side of the world almost. It's a crazy experience. I don't know. I traveling. I want to do more of it. Food to eat. I don't know. I kind of was a bit disappointed with the food. I heard that meals over in
Really?
America. I heard meals in America were massive. I heard they had some of the everything's supersized.
Dude, I had
Ta-
some fucking big meals
Bro,
in America.
Tay and I
Where'd you
apparently just main cities. So we went all over. We went everywhere, and we never found anything was really overtly massive. So I don't know, kind of weird. I expected more from you, America. Pick up your game. I want to come back with arteries clogged. Sejols, what's your? You've been a few places.
Yeah, so I guess I would just pick my favorite, right? Vietnam. Vietnam was my favorite, and it wasn't my most recent, but it was very close to being my most. I was there earlier this year.
Earlier this year? Really?
Yeah, dude. I was there in like March. Do you not remember? I was there because I was like gone for like 6 weeks or something. I just didn't chime into your
That's
stream.
right.
Like,
and then you came back.
I did when I was like on plane or like
no,
at the
I
airport
do remember
and shit,
that.
but
That's crazy. I do remember that now. Fuck.
yeah, that was this year. That's wild, huh?
That is crazy, man. This year, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it feels like it's been a long year or a quick year. I think it's been a long
bit
year.
of both.
Yeah, a bit of both in certain ways. So Vietnam, you recommend?
Yeah, I would say Vietnam. My favorite part. This place called Mui Ne, which is MUI space NE. Actually, no. I'd say that back. I would say Hoi An. It's this little like beachy coastal little village town that's built along this river. And at night they have all these kind of like lit up lanterns that they chuck out on the river.
Yeah,
and they sort of like float down, and you eat dinner and drink beer like out in the little like patio parts of restaurants and watch all these fucking little like Asian lanterns float down. It's really cool. Like,
yeah, that sounds right up my alley right there. That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah. I think that was everything. Food. The food was what was my favorite food? Actually, this is going to sound so not cultured of me.
McDonald's.
But for breakfast,
okay.
This tiny little Asian Vietnam, go figure. This tiny little cafe that was right near our hotel did the best French toast. So the reason they do really good French toast is because Vietnam was colonized by the French before. It was like around World War I or something. So there's a lot of like French influence. They use a lot of like French cooking ideas and recipes, and a lot of the architecture looks quite European and French as well. This cafe did honestly the best French toast I've had to date. And
holy shit.
Like 3 slices of French toast was $1.50. I basically lived at that cafe while I was in that town.
I feel like it'd be cheaper to fly there, get French toast, come back, and
then
just keep
have French
toast here in Australia. Holy shit! Well,
pretty much, dude.
Delicious. And have you ever travelled anywhere? I don't know if you've ever. Okay, well that's easy.
The place I've travelled is Melbourne.
Okay, talk about Melbourne. If you travelled to another
no,
city,
we don't. No,
I don't remember that. I was like 3 years old, 4 years old.
Oh, really? Jesus, we have to go somewhere.
We need a Kickstarter for Endo's mic and
everything.
Endo to have an overseas experience.
Bilford said, if the Earth is flat, if so, why then booty so thick? Kind of so. Musty said, if you own.
Are you a flat earther or not, dude?
I'm not a flat earther. I'm a basic bitch, round earther.
Dude, you're not a truther? Not a truther like me? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, this podcast would never end. I'm so sorry, everyone listening. Hopefully you stick around. We've got a couple more questions to get through. Mustafa said, if you were allowed to play one game for a whole year, what would it be? I would play Fortnite. I could play that. I could definitely keep up with that. If I could
probably guess mine and Endo's answers as well.
I'm going to say Black Desert and My Little Pony for Endo. Or maybe Black Desert.
Oh, shots.
Hit it right on the buzzer.
Brony. No, I say Black Desert for both of you. I'll answer for all of us. Fortnite, Black Desert. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good, dude.
All right, nailed it. Mustafa said, if I was homeless, would you adopt me and father me? 100%. 100%. As if I wouldn't. Mustafa's the son that I wish I had. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of the shit ones. Not that these
how
aren't
long
shit.
would? Okay.
I know. Sang said, what is your favorite photograph you've ever taken and why? Tay and I were feeling a bit frisky one night, and I said, hey, let me go grab the camera. And I mean, obviously I can't show it.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. No, I don't know. Favorite photo? God, it's hard because I've taken so many photos, but I did do a mad selfie earlier. I just thought, bro, you're hot. Just kidding. I never think that when I take a selfie. Whenever I take a selfie, kind of go, why is my face so fucked up? Does anyone ever do that or not?
Aw,
Okay, just me.
feels
I don't
bad.
know. Look, bro. I'll be feeling like $1,000,000. I'll take a selfie of my camera and I'll be like, my face doesn't look that weird. What's going on? It's definitely the camera. I swear.
You know what it is? I can tell you what it is. It's because.
Yeah, slightly distorted.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Well, I think the camera, because it's a wide angle lens. I think it's partially digital wide angle, maybe. I think it distorts your face a little bit if you're not using maybe the front facing camera. I don't know.
That wasn't what I was gonna say, but
okay. What were you gonna say?
I would say because you're so used to 99% of the time you only see yourself in the mirror, right? Every day.
Yeah.
Breakfast, and then dinner, like brushing your teeth, showering, whatever.
Mm-hmm,
but once you take a picture, you're seeing your face in like reverse, like it's been flipped. And even though it's like really subtle differences, I reckon it throws you off. Like things that you think you've got like freckles on the different sides. Some people might have like scar or like a crooked eyebrow. I don't know, dude. I'm just
you know what's thrown me off that I've noticed recently is my nose isn't straight.
I think you may have mentioned that. Maybe
my nose, and it's not like crooked as like angled. It actually, I think it kind of points more to the left. It actually doesn't protrude from my face straight. It actually kind of comes out. And if I look at photos of myself, I look like, how like
do you sleep on your face? Like, do you sleep on your stomach?
I actually do. I actually do sleep with my face pressed into the bed. So that's probably it. It's probably fucked my nose up over time. I've never thought of that. Probably fucked my nose up because I don't think I was like this when I was younger. Yikers. I got to sleep differently. I got to sleep on the other side to start bending my nose back. Fuck, I got to go sleep right now. But I'm like a fucking cartoon character. I'm like an anime character. The noses are drawn to fucking sideways. If they don't have like perspective, like Dragon Ball Z, it's like an arrow almost. Like I'm kind of like that. But I can't even say what favorite photo I've taken. I've taken so many. I've taken some really nice ones at weddings. I've taken some good travel ones. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's too many. There's a lot that I actually have a second Instagram that I don't use anymore. That I used to put a lot of my favorite photos up on that. And there's a couple on there I like, but maybe if you ask, I might give you a link to that. Mustafa said, would you ever read a K-Zone mag naked on a leather couch? And film it? Throwback to last week's episode. Yes, but only for my enjoyment.
I don't know if the monetization was.
Ooh, maybe if it was.
Everyone's got a price, baby. Everyone's got a price.
Maybe if Plexstorm was paying a little bit more. Shout out to Plexstorm. Would you become a porn star if you were desperate enough? I'm not gonna lie, your boy ain't equipped enough. Doesn't mean I'm failing in the department. I just don't think I could cut it unless there's. Look, I'm not saying I'm struggling in the department. I'm just saying.
I know, you just put it out there.
I'm not bloody hung like a porn star. I'm not Ron Jeremy.
You should just say you are.
I mean, yeah, I got the biggest dick. How'd I do?
Yeah, I'd give women a rough time, man. I don't want to put that on them.
Oh my god. Well, no, I'm pretty honest. I'm not gonna hurt anyone with my. Anyway, C-Joss, how about you?
I think
that's my reaction right now.
It depends. It depends. Like, how desperate is desperate enough?
Oh,
like, would you become a porn star if you were gonna die tonight? If you didn't,
bro, of course. If it was gonna save my life, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's desperate enough, right? Like, I guess I would, If
there's a market, yeah, I mean.
So he never clarified what desperate means, so.
That's true.
We could just
that's
say
true.
whatever we want.
I'm all, you know what? I'm kind of, my mind went straight to money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think
I'd become a porn star to save my life. I wouldn't become a porn star for $10,000. I'd put it that
hold
way.
on here. No one's saying anything about $10,000. That's a lot of money. Hey, anyone interested in getting a nice average boy on set? Come at me with 10,000. We'll talk. We'll get to an agreement. Okay,
I reckon I could raise 10,000 for.
You reckon?
This is going off the rails.
Yeah,
let's just move on.
Gaming podcast. Okay, same way I said, how much longer do you think you'll be streaming on Twitch for? And if not, why? What other career will you pursue? Look, I hope Twitch will last as long as it can. I have no. Look, I don't even feel like I've gotten to the point where I feel like I'm fully doing it yet. I know it sounds ridiculous. I feel like I'm still on that grind to make it. So yeah, I'll be streaming on Twitch as long as Twitch will have me, and as long as there's a market for me. I kind of hope that maybe if I move on from that, I could maybe move into some sort of radio job, or I always wanted to be an entertainer. I want to do something entertainment wise. Hopefully maybe I'll make it big enough that I can use my credentials on Twitch to get me into something like that. I don't know. That would be the dream. If Twitch didn't work out, maybe some sort of radio job, or I hope maybe the podcast can even one day. I think the podcast could be saying that maybe when Twitch maybe isn't as viable for me, maybe podcasting could, who knows? Something I think about a lot. What would I do if Twitch didn't work?
Merch.
And
that's what we would do. Just fucking
merch, baby.
Merch it up, boy.
Merch for the Twitch channel that isn't alive anymore. But I don't know.
Merch link in bio.
Honestly, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys if I survive. Merch link in bio. And I appreciate all everyone's continuous support, of course. Mustafa said, "Would you neck?" I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Seng says, "What would be your porn star name?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Averagington.
Averagington?
Yeah, you don't like it? Just going with the theme.
Dude, I'd be...
Play to my strengths, you know what I mean?
Being average. Hell yeah.
Or I'll call myself Smally McSmalls a lot, and then people get a nice surprise when I'm a little bit more than this. Anyway.
Well, why not just be a little bit more than small? That could be
a little bit more than small boy. So anyway, look, this is giving away too much about me. I'm everyone. I've never had a complaint from Tate. So anyway, continuing. C. Jones, what would yours be?
You know what? I'd be Daddy Longlegs.
Ooh,
Daddy Longlegs.
You've thought about this before.
I literally just thought I'm like, shit, what describes me? Because you're like being
bro.
Averagington.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to fuck you with a name like that. This
Daddy
is
Longlegs.
getting hot. That'll Slender Man. You just gotta shave the head.
Daddy Longlegs coming round.
That's amazing. Bro, you'd actually pull in hella cash with that name. You don't even need the peen for that. The name is enough.
Alright, dude, set my webcam up right now, man.
Oh
right,
shit, Plex Storm after this. Ando, got a name? That's a hot name, by the way. Almost sounds.
It's just.
This is a bunch of R's. Hold up. Is he? He's using a porn star name. He's using a.
Original, dude. Alright, I'll tell you what Ando should be. It'd be Purple Knight 16.
Oh my god!
Purple
Yeah,
Knight 16.
that's it. Purple Knight 16. If anyone know that, that was Ando's Black Desert Online character until C-Jols gave him too much shit and he couldn't deal with it anymore. Feels bad.
He made a new character.
Oh, he made a new character.
Class,
okay, yeah, don't blame him. All right.
No, have you got another? I'm open to suggestions, Ando. Have you got another suggestion?
I said Johnny Cheers. That was what the generator gave me.
Johnny Cheers. Yeah, definitely Purple Knight 16. Definitely. There's a few here that are lols.
What is a good recipe for warm lemonade?
You just get lemonade and you put it. Wait, did you say Pete?
What? No.
You get lemonade and put it in the sun. Easy as that. Or honestly, you just don't put lemonade in the fridge. That's pretty much the recipe right there. Brady Plays, my boy Brady says, did you ever own a Tamagotchi? Yes, I owned multiple Tamagotchi. I owned many Tamagotchi. I actually lost my first ever Tamagotchi when I did a cartwheel down at the park. That's right. I was a very cool boy.
Upsetting.
I was a cool boy. I did a cartwheel down at the park.
Dude, this just sounds like you should have just made something up, bro. This story, I don't know where it's going. It would have been just better if you did make something up, man.
Oh my god!
Why should it be something completely
this
not
is
funny?
The most. I dropped it in the toilet when I was trying to feed it. While I was on. I mean, there's some people have definitely dropped Tamagotchis in the toilet while trying to feed.
Dude, I dropped my Digimon in the bath when I was like, 9
oh
years
shit!
Old. Yeah, I was just like rocking out in the bath playing my Digimon like. Lying on my back and I fucking just dropped.
Oh, yikers. That feels bad. That's not as bad as the drone in the lake, but that's like a young kid's version of drone in the lake.
Yeah, I chucked it in a bowl of rice. It was all good, but
really, did that fix it?
Yeah, because it's so simple, dude. You just open up the back and it's got those little batteries.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely not as intense as some of the tech these days. So yeah, I mean, I did a cartwheel. Mine fell out of my pocket. And I lost my first one. Feels bad, but yeah, I ended up going on a bit of a craze and collecting a few of them. None of them I have now. They're all thrown out, unfortunately. And I also had the Digimon.
Dad.
So yeah, thanks, Dad, for throwing that. Shout out to Dad, throwing all my shit out. I had a lot of Tamagotchi. I had the. You knew you got to peak Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi hit peak Tamagotchi when they brought out a My Family. Now they had like My Dog. They had like a baby one. They had obviously the aliens. They had you could get like a My Cat, like stuff like that. You could raise all those things. Eventually, they did one called My Family. You had to raise a whole fucking family all in the
You're
one.
Joking.
No, My Family. It was amazing. I think the baby died or something. It was rough. It was hard to. I think you had a mum, dad, maybe one kid or two kids. I think you had 2 kids, and then you had a pet. So it was like a full fucking family. You had to make sure they stayed alive and they're well fed, and they went to the bathroom. His dad started shitting on the carpet. You had to make sure dad didn't start shitting on the carpet, or mum. So yeah, it was quite depressing. I think that was the point where I got where I said, this has gone too far. I need to stop. Endo, did you ever have Tamagotchi, or are you too young for that?
No, I had one.
Tamahu? Don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, continue.
No, that's it. I just had one.
Nice. All right. You did a cartwheel as well? Tell me more.
No, I was just too young.
Rog says,
I only did the Digimon. You did Digimon, so hey.
I did Digimon. Yeah, I did. I actually, I still have that got thrown out as well. But funny enough, I still have I still have the packaging for it, all the packaging for the Digimon. So at least I got that. And that's a bit of a throwback.
My sister did Tamagotchis. But the way I viewed it was like Tamagotchi with the girls because they didn't want to fight, and the Digimon with the boys.
I don't think maybe I did link my Tamagotchi up once for a fight. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I was definitely a Digimon fan. I loved the show back in the day as well, so it all went hand in hand. Do you remember the ad for Digimon where it was like, we'll get them next time after they fought? Do you remember
toy? No, I remember like obviously the show intro and stuff.
Yeah, they used to have an ad like on morning, obviously TV for like Cheese TV, and there'd be kids at school and they put the Digimon in, and I was like crowding around going, yeah, all these kids fighting, and then like one of them would lose. Like fucking these are literally the most basic looking pixels dancing on screen, and one of them apparently lose, and they'd walk away and he'd his mates and be like, we'll get him next time. Like it was so intense, bro. It's like you're playing with Digimon. Infinite Mike says, what do you think about 4chan users reporting girls that sell their premium Snapchats to the IRS, tax authorities? Do you think they should be taxed for making money online? 100%. So yeah, that's a bit of a story apparently coming out this week that obviously a lot of e-girls are selling their private premium Snapchats for money and asking for gift cards and stuff and all that sort of stuff. And apparently dodging tax and finally getting called out on it. I think anyone should pay tax. I think if we have to pay tax, look, I hate paying tax. I don't want to pay tax, but we have to. Otherwise, there's a slammer.
Makes the world go round.
It's a slammer for you. I don't agree with how tax is managed. I don't. There's a lot of things I don't like, but if I have to pay it, you have to pay it. There's no getting out of it. No, you shouldn't have to. As much as I've been fucked over by tax many times. But because I didn't manage it properly, if I have to do it and I have to struggle, unfortunately you do too. How long do you see yourself streaming for? And and what would you do after Twitch? Miss Giggles says, we answered that one, but yeah, 100%. I see it for as long as I can. Hados has a very hypothetical. I'm skipping. I love you, Hados.
No, I want to read.
No, we don't have time. We're gonna finish this. We go for 3.5, and I think we can cut probably half an hour out. Camcord said, "How bad you at Fortnite tonight?" I feel like I went alright, but pretty damn bad after taking a big break. I was bad before that. Let's be real.
I'm pretty bad, especially by now. I haven't played Fortnite in like 6 months. No, probably less, like 4 months.
Look, the game has become very sweaty, and let's be real, if you don't play that shit every day, you're probably not going to be very good. Miss Stuffy said, how real is the beef between Matty and Sea Trolls? Oh, it fucking real. We're putting on a real friendly face right now.
Title fight coming up.
Yeah, 100%. Great band, and also going to happen between me and Sea Trolls.
It'll be bigger than Is it
KSI
Logan?
and Logan Paul, yeah.
So make sure you buy your tickets. We're definitely not colluding. Like, fuck, like,
100%.
we just want to sell lots of tickets. It'll be exciting.
Yeah, definitely bet on it, and we'll make sure that we tie at the end of it, and so we can have a round 2.
And all your bets will definitely get paid out in full. So
guaranteed. So definitely put money into that. Definitely,
monies.
if you think you have money, put it into that. Good investment. Shrub said, "How do you feel about how's it feels for the one pump returning in Fortnite? I like it personally. For one pump, does he mean instead of double pump? Oh fuck, I hate a double pump, so I'm glad one pump is back. But also, I'm the pump adjustments that they made. 100%, I'm stoked on. I couldn't be happier. I know Ando, we touched on it. Definitely a thumbs up for that one. Rog says, do you plan on watching more Asian TV dramas on Netflix anytime soon? Tay might like them, just saying. I don't know, man. It's hard enough to get her to watch anime, so I'm not too sure. Does
that mean like IRL Asian TV dramas, or does that mean actual?
I don't know, to be honest, dude. I have no idea.
I think he just means anime.
Look, if one looks good, I'll probably watch it. I have a lot banked up. I know Salty Lemon is still getting on my case about JoJo's, and I need to watch more of that. And obviously Dragon Ball Super, I'm still
I've heard a lot about JoJo's. Can you like explain it in 15
That's too wavy for you.
I cannot explain in 15 seconds. It's pretty weird. I still don't know what's going on. But it's good. Definitely worth watching. It's kind of theatrical in a way.
Too weeby for me though, Anders.
Yeah, he doesn't like the corny shit.
I don't think it's weeby. I think it's different to any anime I've ever watched. I think it's got a theatrical kind of vibe, and it's definitely very everything's very hyper kind of what's the word, hyper acted a little bit, but in a very, it's very dramatic. It's dramatized. It's very dramatized.
Yeah, probably.
But in more of in slightly a serious and comedic tone at the same time. It's interesting. Worth watching, I think.
Okay.
Worth watching a couple episodes to see. I wouldn't say no to it straight away. I think it's very stylized. It's got a very unique style that suits that anime. Look, after I've watched all these animes that kind of start to seem the same, one after the other, I like it. I think it's something a bit different. I'm glad I saw you recommended it. I just got to sit down and actually give it more time. Also, I started watching. I'm always a big Gundam fan. There's one on Anime Lab at the moment. Gundam Origins. Fuck. It's getting late.
Hey, we got there.
Really good. Definitely worth watching. It's got a good art style, good soundtrack. Definitely worth checking out. We've got to get through these. My God, I'm so sorry if you're still listening.
Ask any new game recommendations.
Pokemon Let's Go and I mean Red Dead's good. Not so much my taste, but I think definitely give those two a try.
Thief Simulator.
Apparently, Thief Simulator is pretty good. Definitely a bit hype. Also, people are still writing questions as we fucking are going through these.
Yeah, we can't. We should just leave the newest ones till next week.
Maybe. Well, I'm blasting through this. Also, what is your game of the year? Look, at the moment, my game of the year. Yikers. I think. Oh God, that's a hard one, man. Definitely between Spider-Man. Even though I didn't finish it, Spider-Man's incredible.
Whoa, I think I just lagged out. Am I sounding robotic?
No, you sound fine. Look, mine's going to be between, I think, Spider-Man and Pokemon. Unless I can think of what else I played this year. I'll have to think of what else I played this year, but I think it'll probably be Spider-Man, Pokemon, although they are recent. I'll have to think about what I played this year. I know I spent most of this year playing Fortnite, though, and missed out on a lot of releases. Next year, I'll be a lot more on the new releases, I think. I don't know if you guys will have any game of the year recommendations, because I know you don't play a lot of the new releases as well, so might not be, Do you have any plans to get a new PC, streaming stuff, anything like that? Not really. No, I feel like mine's still going pretty well. And why does CJols hate Fortnite? This is from the real Water Wolf. Why does CJols hate Fortnite? I don't know. Why is that? Good question.
CJols?
No comment. We'll move on.
Okay.
All right, so that's where I kind of cut her off and said, cheers for the questions, guys. We'll try and answer a heap tonight. There's been a fuck ton since, so maybe we'll answer more next week. Now let's fucking blast you. We've got to come. When you become famous, how
some
will you
of them
spend
aren't even questions.
Yeah, when you become famous, how will you spend your millions? I don't think I'll be millionaire famous, but it's up to you guys. Get me there. If you're on fire, what's better, stop, drop, and roll, or let it consume you and your fate be decided? I think it depends on the severity of the fire. I don't know how I'd go being like severely burnt for the rest of my life. At least give stop, drop, and roll a try first. Don't give up though. How do I get a MattyAP supporter creator code? Unfortunately, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Who would win in a fight to the death between Bartman and CJ and MattyAP? And who would be eliminated, killed first? I have to imagine CJ's would lose first.
I agree.
I don't know. You're just so scrawny, CJ's. I don't know. Your height, you got the height, you got the long jabs, but I don't know if you've got the bloody body mass. You know what I mean? I don't know. Wait, is he? Oh god, I think he's actually fucking cut out. Oh yikers! I think we actually lost him.
Feels bad.
Yeah, it feels
so
bad,
still
man.
as much shit as CJ this weekend before he gets back.
All right, yeah, CJ's would definitely lose in a fight. 100%. I
think me and Matty would tie, yeah?
We'd tie, yeah, because we're both units. Oh, there he goes. He's out of here.
Yeah, he heard that as we left.
Oh, no. All right. I don't think there's okay, I think we've answered all the ones we can. Thank you for answering questions. Hopefully next week I will make sure before we do it, I'll pull the best ones. How does that sound? And what do you reckon? I reckon we'll do that next week. Yeah. Hopefully next week as well. I can't believe how long this one's gone on for. We lost CJ's, unfortunately.
How long was it?
So far 3 hours and 40 minutes, but we did talk a little bit before we started, but yeah, and I'm putting the whole thing up. But we're gonna have, yeah. This one will be the last long one. I promise. We're gonna make sure that I'm gonna keep this in check next week. I'm gonna keep it in check. This one's been a special episode. Let's just say that much. I'm so sorry about the length. It's a bit of a yikers. Yeah, his net just dropped. Feels bad. All right, let's call it, Ando. Feels bad we can't end it with your boy C-Joels. Oh man. But guys, thank you so much for listening. I know this one went on quite long. We'll try and condense it next week a little bit.
Whoa.
Oh
right,
shit.
I'm back.
Oh
Holy
god damn.
shit.
Holy fuck, we were just ending it. We're like, what? No point going on. CJ, we're just saying that it has gone on quite long. I'm almost tempted to cut the questions out of it, but but you know what?
I suggested that, but I don't know.
No. I think this is a little bonus. If anyone made it to the questions, it's a little bit bonus. You know what I mean? I think if someone actually made it to the question part of the podcast, take a drink. If someone made it to the question part of the podcast, I think that you probably care enough to hear our answers to the questions.
You still gotta upload this though. This is a lengthy.
This is a lengthy one. I think this is gonna be hard to get on. I do have limited data as well that I can upload to the podcast channel thing monthly. I have like a allowance, so yeah, this might have to be low audio quality to get up there. But anyway. Guys, thank you so much for another episode of the Cactus Cop podcast. I can't believe we went so fucking long tonight.
Yeah, sorry in my net. I reckon, dude, it's these storms. They're playing with shit.
It has to be. I think it is. It's been very stormy in Australia right now. Global warming. But once again, C-Jobs and Ando, thank you for hanging out. If anyone wants to find you guys, do you have a social media yet? Okay. Oh my god! All right, so unfortunately you can't track him down.
Literally click my name and then type in a little message, and that's
yikers, bloody yikers. But if you guys want to track me down, of course you can watch my stream. Twitch.tv/the MattyAP. That's the right one. Link will be in the description of the video as well. Make sure you follow that and hang out. I'm pretty much live every day, well, Monday to Friday, starting at 3 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. You can also find me, the MattyAP, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube, which we're on now. But guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone listening. Sorry about the lengthy one. I feel like if you got to this point, probably don't need any apologies. You guys wanted to listen to all of it. Next week, we will be 100% tightening this shit up. Because next week is when it really
We're just going to
begins.
keep saying that every week. Yeah.
No. Next week,
It just get longer and longer.
Unfortunately, next week we do have to rein it in, because what I was saying just a second ago, the podcast hosting platform that I'm using, Libsyn, they only give you a limited amount of upload. It's very small every month. If we do super long ones, I won't be able to upload them. I won't have enough upload. So they have to probably be under 2 hours. So that will be the cutoff. So next week, they'll be a lot shorter. See, this is the last one for all the people. This will be a historical moment. The last extra long podcast. But guys, once again, thank you.
Lord of the Rings length podcast.
Oh my God, it really is. Who's going to listen to this? But I feel like these first 4 episodes, I'd like to say thank you to Ando and Sieges. Obviously, the podcast has been a big dream of mine to get a podcast of any type up and running. And the fact that we made it 4 episodes is actually a big deal to me. These have been the first, let's say these were the first wetting our feet, getting our feet wet pilot episodes. Next week, it really begins. We're going to have, once again, this standard host episode with myself, Sieges, and Ando. But as well, hopefully next week will be the beginning of a second episode every week, which will be me and a guest, probably from either Twitch, YouTube, or someone else that's prominent in the gaming or pop culture world. So very exciting times ahead. I'm actually really looking forward to that. So look forward to 2 fucking episodes to get through a week. Hopefully you guys stick with us. It's been fun doing this, and I look forward to many more episodes to come. But I've been MattyAP, Sieges and Ando. Thank you once again. And we'll see you guys all next week.
It's been a pleasure.
See you.
Bye.
Later, nerds. Got him. Oh shit, we keep forgetting. If you enjoyed the episode, just put in the YouTube. Boy, that was a lengthy episode, and we'll know that you listened all the way to the end. Thanks, guys. Love ya.